Good evening, everyone, and welcome in to Tomahawk Valley here on the campus of Madison Central High School, where the County Clash will take place tonight, featuring the Madison Central Indians hosting the Madison Southern Eagles. I'm Michael Watkins, along with John Clark, and our coverage tonight is presented by Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Bishop's, where the variety of outdoor power equipment is second to none. In all of Richmond, Kentucky, there isn't a friendlier or more knowledgeable staff than Bishop's. They're happy to help you and find either the perfect outdoor power equipment, service, or the parts you've been looking for. You can find out more at bishopssmallenginerepair.com. And we welcome you into the pregame show, which is brought to you by Chenault Vineyards. Chenault Vineyards is the premier event venue in Madison County. You can check out their jam-packed lineup of things happening all year long on their Facebook page, Chenault Vineyards, or on ChenaultVineyards.com. Michael Watkins, John Clark, a former head coach of the Madison Southern Eagles, been a part of this rivalry many, many times. And, Coach, before we kind of come into the broadcast, Gage has got a look back at the history, not the full history, but a recent history of this rivalry as we look back to, moments from last year's games all the way back to 2016, 2017 when WBON TV became a thing, started streaming these ball games. So we're going to look back at the short history of us putting these games on the air for you. So we'll take a look at that. We'll take a commercial break, and we'll be right back here on WBON TV. Here's Gage Hill with a look back at the history of Madison Central and Madison Southern. Good evening, everyone, and welcome into Berea, Kentucky, as the Madison Southern Eagles host the Madison Central Indians in the County Clash. Fakes it to Barnes, gives it to Matheson. Bryant pushing forward across the goal line. Touchdown, Indians. Keep it on the ground here. Another big hole for Pritchard this time. Jackson trying to punch one in, and he will find his way into the end zone. Allen Farms and Rodeo invites you to celebrate Halloween and November 1st at Bulls and Barrels Richmond at the Madison County Fairgrounds. Celebrate Halloween with a special trick-or-treat, a concert, and more on Friday night, with mutton busting and more fun taking place on Saturday. Gates open at 4:30 both nights, and the best bull riders and barrel racing around starts at 7:30 for Bulls and Barrels Richmond, October 31st and November 1st at the Madison County Fairgrounds. For more info, like Allen Farms and Rodeo LLC on Facebook.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Co-Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now still in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
In Richmond, tradition runs deep. From campus classroom to dealership showroom.
We've got drive and heart because we're part of the institutions that built this town.
But it's about more than just hometown pride. It's about being a part of a winning tradition.
We're powered by pride, by loyalty, and by a tradition that never quits. Just like Jack Burford Chevrolet and EKU football.
Since opening in 1972, Citizens Guarantee Bank has been there to help our customers enhance their lives and achieve their dreams. With 7 locations across Central and Eastern Kentucky today, we are celebrating 50 years of being there for the communities we call home. Citizens Guarantee Bank is now CG Bank. New name, same commitment to being there for our neighbors. CG Bank, we've been there for that. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
You've heard the name Chenault Vineyards, but what do you know about it? Chenault Vineyards is a place for the community to enjoy. Central Kentucky's premier event and wedding destination with 5 event venues, full-service catering, over 13 varieties of wine, live music entertainment, seasonal food options, weekly themed Wednesday night out and girls night out, trivia, murder mystery date nights, and free yoga on the point with beautiful views. Everyone can find something to do at Chenault Vineyards. Want to know more? Follow them on Facebook and Instagram or plan your night out at ChenaultVineyards.com.
Back here on WBON TV on 106.7 The Pinnacle and WEKY. Michael Watkins, John Clark here with you this evening as the Madison Central Indians coming off a 1-point loss to Johnson Central, one of the top teams in their class in the state last week, and Madison Southern getting the first win of the Tim Kirk era at home last week against Henry Clay. And Coach, you both know both of these programs well. You've coached in this rivalry plenty of times. You know both the 2 head coaches very well. I think you talked about it during the tailgate show that both of these guys and maybe 4 or 5 others between the 2 programs were either involved in your program or on the staff at some point. So you've definitely got some sprinklage on both sides of this rivalry tonight.
Yeah, it's fun to kind of know the minds of some of the guys out there on the field, and it just also shows like the consistency of coaches in Madison County is over the last several years it's been consistently a lot of the same faces working with kids. But it should be exciting to see tonight. I mean, they both want this game bad.
For sure. And, for Coach Kirk, first taste of this rivalry, as a head coach, he's been an assistant on both sides of it, so a little bit more meaningful for him, and so has Coach Blair. Yeah. So it's very cool to see these 2 guys get the opportunity as well. To Coach Blair now in his 3rd season, Coach Kirk, when Coach Payne left, I think everybody that I knew was like, oh, it's Coach Kirk's job.
Yeah.
He got passed over, obviously. Some things happened. He ends up as the head coach of the program. And I think, it may have been a month or 2 late, but I believe the right guy is now in charge of that program. And for you, someone that cares so much about that program, I know you kind of feel the same way.
Yeah, I mean, you always, when you leave a program, you always hope you leave it in a certain way, and you just want to see it to continue on the track it's on. Kirk is doing a lot of the things that we did as far as leadership, as far as involvement with the team, and just some of the traditions that we were doing. So it's neat to see some of those things start to come back into play again. And I know a lot of the alumni were excited to see him get his hands on the program as well, a lot of the former players.
Here live on WBON TV, we'll now take a look at our Keenan Wiley Real Estate Keys to the Game. If you're looking for your new home in Richmond or in Central Kentucky, Keenan Wiley Real Estate may have the answer. Right now, they have some beautiful listings at Crutcher Pike Estates just off Barnes Mill Road. You can like Keenan Wiley Realtor on Facebook for more information, and he will help you find your dream home in Central Kentucky. And as we look at our keys of the game tonight, both these two teams 1-1 record. And if you watch either of those first two games, or if you watch both between the two teams, you're going to see mistakes that early on in the season, as a head coach, maybe you can handle those. Yeah. But now we're going into week 3. Now it's a rivalry game. Now it's a game that, even though it really doesn't hurt you district-wise, or it hurts some RPI maybe down the road, but it's a big moment for these two head coaches, because you don't want to be the guy that lost to Madison Southern. You don't want to be the guy that lost to Madison Central. It's big for the seniors. Yeah. The seniors love this game. Like, hey, when I was a senior, I beat Madison Southern. Or
bragging rights are everything in this.
Exactly. So that's what's on the line tonight. So to me, I believe the keys to the game is who can limit the mistakes the most. And you said something about third down being a key as well.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you're looking at two guys that are really run game heavy. All right, they want to stop the run on defense, both of them. They want to establish the run on offense, both of them. They have different styles in which they're doing it offensively. Defensively, they're doing it pretty similar right now in their schemes. Just talking schematically, offensively, they're running very different stuff right now. That being said, when you want to run the ball and stop the run, third down is everything. We can either move the sticks or we can stop the other team from moving the sticks. Now, you saw last week with Central, I mean, they dominated the whole third quarter. They had the ball the whole third quarter. And that really changed the momentum of the game, that really put them in position to win the game when they were down 7-0 at halftime. So I think it'll be similar tonight. Central and Southern, I watched their game from last week. There were times they were really good on third down, and there were times where they were in third and extra long way too much. And I know they're not going to want that tonight.
The biggest key to the game tonight might be the weather.
Yeah.
It's got to hold off. We moved this game up an hour early for a reason, because of the impending weather. The biggest key to this game is whether or not the weather plays a factor. So let's pay attention to that tonight as we make our way through the broadcast. Lightning, thunders, rain, storms, it's all on its way, folks. It just depends on what time it makes its way into the area. We're live here on the Chenault Vineyards pregame show. Be sure to like the Chenault Vineyards Facebook page, or check out their website, ChenaultVineyards.com, to make sure you're staying up to date with all the many great events going on at Chenault Vineyards. They've got some great concerts coming up. Exile is on tap here in just a couple of weeks. And in October, Easton Corbin will take the main stage at Chenault Vineyards. So some cool things coming up there. And again, you can follow along with all of it at ChenaultVineyards.com or on their Facebook page. Step aside for another 3-minute commercial break. Kickoff is right around the corner, folks. Don't go anywhere. A 6:30 kickoff. We are on tap to have that right underway in about 10 minutes or so. So stay with us on WEKY, WLFX, and WBONTV.com. We all have dreams. For some, it might be playing professional baseball like Keenan Wiley, former Madison Central baseball player, did. For others, maybe it's just dreaming of your forever home. Well, after a career of playing the game that he loved, now Keenan has another dream, helping you find that dream home. Check out the new development at Crutcher Pike Estates here in Richmond. Like Keenan Wiley Real Estate on Facebook, and let Keenan help guide you through the process of finding your dream home in Central Kentucky.
Hey! Oh my gosh, your husband is so hot. I know. No, like really hot. I know.
We've got to call Joseph's Heating and Air.
Is your AC unit not cooling? Call Joseph's Heating and Air. Your experts in fast, reliable AC maintenance and repair. They'll keep you cool when it matters most. Proudly serving Richmond, Lexington, and surrounding areas. Don't sweat it. Call Joseph's Heating and Air.
Hi, I'm Gwen from Gwen's Fine Jewelers, and we would love to invite you into our family-owned business.
Select from our beautiful Valina designs, Carissa designs, or we can custom design your dream ring. Gwen's Fine Jewelers is your exclusive Kendra Scott boutique in Richmond. Special financing options available, on-site jewelry repair, and layaway. Find your dream ring at Gwen's. Gwen's Fine Jewelers, where dreams come true.
To some, it's just a boat. But to Jim, it's his escape from meetings, traffic, and the grind of daily life. He may not catch any keepers, but he wouldn't trade his day on the lake for anything in the world. That's why his boat is insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's Jim's Recharge the Battery Farm Bureau.
My Farm Bureau.
David Mayo, John Rader, and Chris Hornsby with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Wings or strips?
Wings.
No, strips. Guess you gotta flip a coin.
Famous last words.
Wings and strips.
You just can't lose with the split decision meal. Only at Lee's. Famous for a reason.
Your Lee's Famous Recipe locations are proud supporters of our local Madison County High School sports teams. Have dinner tonight before the game at Lee's Berea, just off I-75 at exit 76, or swing by Lee's Richmond, 1000 Center Drive. Since 1974, Linville Insurance has proudly served our community with values that stand the test of time: family, integrity, and service. We lead with kindness, do what's right, help others, and stay informed so you can trust us with what matters most. As a proud Shepherd Insurance partner, we offer the strength of a large agency with the heart of a local one. From business to home, auto, farm, life, and employee benefits, we are your one-stop insurance advisor. Join the Linville Insurance family and experience the difference.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, we make it our priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate care that you deserve from a dentist. Offering single-visit restoration on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry is equipped to handle all your dental needs, from surgical implant placement and restoration, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. And we now have the Cone Beam 3D technology for taking scans of the jaw. For your next dental appointment, call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
Back here on WBON TV, and to the right side goalpost, a meeting of coach player, the athletic director, Robbie Cooksey at Madison Central, and principal Brandon Fritz, meeting with the officials. So we're in belief that at the moment the game is supposed to start on time, which would be about 5.5 minutes away. But that meeting and the fact that the fans are not currently sitting in the bleachers could mean that this game gets pushed back. So we'll see what happens here as we make our way throughout the evening and setting up or preparing for kickoff in what would be in 5 minutes and 10 seconds. So, Coach, you know, as a coach, when you're kind of on the fringe of moments like this, how do you handle it? What do? You see Coach Blair there on your screen with the athletic director and principal Brandon Fritz making the decision. Obviously, it's about safety of the players, safety of the fans. But as a coach, it's something you have to kind of navigate. So how do you do it?
I mean, I used to tell my players, like, in games like this, the best ability is flexibility. We can't get too hyped. You get too hyped in the locker room. In a game like this, you're ready to get out there, right? You get too hyped, you come out exhausted, you lose that adrenaline. You really have to stay level, which is really hard to do. And then if we come out and play and get a lightning delay and re-warm up, there's just this – you lose flow in a game. So it is something you worry about, but I assume since they moved the game up, they probably both have talked to their teams pretty extensively that this is a possibility, that this could happen, and they just, you know, they just try to keep them level in the locker room is the best thing you can do.
Well, right now, neither team is on the field, and kickoff is in 4 minutes. So we're going to assume that because of how it looks on the field, we've not got an official word, but going to assume that means the kickoff is going to be pushed back. Now, Coach Kirk and Coach Blair, you can see on your screen, they're coming together around the 40-yard line to talk with the officials here and see what the plan is going to be. But, yeah, 3:45 till kickoff. Neither team out on the field. Both teams still in the locker room. So it does appear as if, oh, there you go. They're going to do the coin toss right here. So we'll see what the coin toss, how it ends up. Looks like Coach Blair gave the receive signal. We'll see if the Indians are going to receive the football. Probably just trying to get all the pregame stuff out of the way so we can just get with the kickoff and get the game going.
Two good defensive coaches right there standing next to each other on the M getting ready for this game.
You know, and maybe that's a question we can propose to you as well. So what's the thought process in receiving or kicking or deferring, and is it maybe a game-by-game scenario?
Great question. I think it depends on if you feel you're the better team or not. For me, if I didn't feel I was the better team and weather could be a factor, one thing I would always defer to, and I learned this from my high school football coach that was a 300-win guy, was wind. Does taking the wind at the beginning of the game affect the game? Because it might not be there in the second half. Yeah. So if I take the wind in the first quarter, does that help us if I feel we're at a disadvantage or an advantage? And then the next thing is you got to think, what do you lean on? You know, both being heavy run teams, receiving the ball, managing the clock, getting your hands on the ball first. I was looking up it earlier. I think Southern's averaging 4.5 a carry this season so far. Central's averaging 5.2. It just tells you what they both really lean into. So I could see wanting the ball with either team right now. Unless you feel defensively you have the advantage, then you want to try to pin them deep. You know, Central is kicking the ball very, very well. I could see them thinking, hey, let's pin them deep. I like the way our defense is playing. We get a turnover. We spend the first half on their side of the field. Field position is a big factor.
Coach Blair, it looks as if it's going to make his way up this way. So, again, it looks as if the start of this game is going to be pushed back. Now, you've got some cool technology on your phone. It's called a lightning tracker.
Yeah, I still have this app on my phone from when I was coaching, and I don't know if the KHSA has changed this, but it used to be any strikes within 10 to 11 miles, we had to vacate the field. So my phone buzzes still this day if I get a strike within 10 or 11 miles. And we have multiple, and it tells me, so the red dots here are within the last 15 minutes.
Okay.
And they're within that radius. The yellow are 15 to 30 minutes. So we need to see within this bubble here, we really need to see no red and yellow, probably as wide as I'm showing right here.
Okay, yeah.
So we've seen multiple strikes in the last 15 minutes, which looks like we're going to keep us delayed.
So the game, again, no official word yet. We're going to try to get that for you. We'll go with business as usual, though, at the moment, and say a special thanks to our injury report sponsor, Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy. Not only do they do a great job of taking care of you, they do a great job of taking care of athletes as well. Both Madison Central and Madison Southern football and other sports programs as well rely on the staffs of Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy, and for good reason. They will connect you with an expert physical therapist who will listen to your story, give you a personalized treatment plan that delivers long-lasting results, and will stick with you every step of the way. Visit osptky.com to set up your appointment with Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy. Gage, let's take another 3-minute commercial break. I'm going to go check with the clock staff and the officials over there and see if we can get an exact time or maybe an exact time that we will start this football game. We'll check back in with you here in just a few moments, folks, so stay with us. Kickoff is coming up at some point. We'll try to get you an update on the other side when we come back on 106.7 The Pinnacle, WEKY, and WBON TV.
Whitaker Bank in Madison County is your local bank for convenience. With more branches than literally any other bank in Madison County, why go anywhere else? Whitaker Bank is known for their friendly customer service and easy access drive-thrus. Whitaker Bank, your home for local, friendly, family banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Orthopedic and Sport Physical Therapy will help guide you on your road to recovery.
It is our mindset, a spirit driven to excellence to help people heal faster and better.
If you have pain or an injury, or you need experts in sports medicine, Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy is your best choice in rehabilitation, and you have direct access.
In most cases, you do not need a referral to any of our 7 locations serving the region.
Just give OSPTKY a call. Visit our website at osptky.com to find the location nearest you.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Jerry Goebel in Richmond today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At the Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, we have activities galore, including video games, bowling, pool, delicious food at Champions, plus karaoke and live entertainment 7 days a week. Enjoy the climate-controlled patio, watch NFL football, and your Kentucky Wildcats all season long. The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, just off exit 87 at 1025 Amberley Way in Richmond.
Honor, integrity, excellence. When it comes to protecting your home, rely on the experts who have served our country. At VC Veterans Contracting, our mission is to make your home feel safe. Our customers constantly rate us 5 stars for our expertise and professionalism. Trust your roof to the veterans who served. Call VC Veterans Contracting today or scan the code on screen for a free quote. VC Veterans Contracting, your roof, our mission.
The heat in Kentucky hits hard. That's why having Madison HVAC on your side is so important. Don't waste time. Schedule a maintenance check on your HVAC system and make sure it's ready to handle the constant changing of the weather that comes with living in Kentucky. Your comfort is their promise. Like Madison HVACR Inc. on Facebook or schedule your maintenance checkup at 859-625-1471. Welcome back in to WBON TV in Tomahawk Valley at Madison Central High School. John Clark and Michael Watkins here with you on this Friday night high school football. We do have an update for you. So about 4 or 5 minutes ago, we were told over the PA speakers that in 10 minutes from that moment, there will be a 10-minute warm-up period. So we're assuming we'll get kicked off maybe 6:50-ish around that time. That's if no more lightning strikes occur in that time frame. So at the moment, we're looking at around a 6:50 kickoff for the Indians and the Eagles here. And as we bring you the coverage, we are so glad to have you along with us, folks. There's some great high school football games across the state, and you are choosing to tune in with us. We really appreciate it. We've got 2 really good football teams about to take the field, and as we look at our Star Watch, which is brought to you by Jerry Goebel State Farm Insurance. You know, the arrival of August and the fall and September, it brings an opportunity to strengthen your safety net and prepare for the unexpected. At Jerry Goebel State Farm Insurance, they offer a wide range of services, including car insurance, homeowners insurance, renter's insurance, life, business, and financial services. They also have a special focus on assisting individuals who are relocating to the community of Madison County. You can visit Jerry Goebel Insurance to learn more. As we see the fans start to make their way into the bleachers now and look at our Star Watch tonight, Coach. Some really good players on both sides of the football, but defense has really been the calling card for these 2 head coaches, and there's some really good defenders out there for both teams as well.
Yeah, I think to me, just watching film, big standout defensively is the linebacker core. You've got young linebackers on the southern side, a lot of sophomores over there. On Central side, I think the strength of their team might be their linebacking core. You've got Moose. You've got Daly, who has played fantastic. Reader. I just think that's a big difference of the game. And I was talking to one of the assistants for Southern earlier, and when we were talking about the game, and he was asking me my thoughts, and we both agreed that if Southern doesn't get to those linebackers tonight, it could be a long night for them, because those guys, if you leave them untouched, they're making plays.
That's your Jerry Goebel State Farm Star Watch Kickoff is just around 10 minutes or so away, folks. Stay with us. We'll be right back on 106.7 The Pinnacle, WEKY, and WBON TV.
Pruitt & Sons Auctioneers have over 24 years experience in the auction industry. Whether you're selling real estate, personal property, or liquidating your assets, Pruitt & Sons can help take your property to auction and walk you through the process. Serving all over Central Kentucky, visit PruittAuctioneers.com. And remember, Angela Pruitt for all your real estate needs as well.
When life gets complicated, you need someone who understands. Since 2003, Blevins Law has navigated real estate closings, wills, estates, car accidents, and personal injury cases with care and clarity. If your family has experienced death or injury, make Blevins your first call.
Blevins Law. Compassionate, reliable, real. Call 859-985-5410 to hire Blevins Law for the win. Office is located at 400 Richmond Road, North Berea, or search blevinslaw.net to contact them today. Gillum Sports Lounge isn't just a place for good food and hospitality. It's about gathering with family and friends, satisfying those taste buds, and cheering on your favorite team. You can't go wrong with one of their delicious burgers, salads, pizzas, or one of their many appetizers. Order online or stop in and see for yourself why Gillum Sports Lounge has been a staple in Richmond for almost 20 years. Located inside the Richmond Mall. Gillum Sports Lounge. Like them on Facebook to see more.
Bills don't care when payday is. But with CVNB's new checking account, you access your paycheck up to 2 days early, giving you faster access to your money when it matters most. Cover rent, buy groceries, pay your bills. Skip the stress before payday even hits. Open your account today at cvnb.com or visit your local CVNB branch. CVNB. Think better.
It's that time of year when we are day and night driving with our kids all over. Your car never stops. At Amco Transmissions, we make sure to keep you rolling. We have the latest technology, certified technicians, and longest warranty to keep your vehicles running strong. We specialize in all foreign and domestic transmissions, drivetrain, or just general maintenance. Did you know at Amco, the average customer saves $1,800 in comparison to the dealer? And Amco has a longer warranty. Come see us at Amco Transmission for the best service and the cheapest prices around. AA MCO.
Cars of Kentucky is a proud sponsor of Eastern Kentucky University Athletics. In Richmond, we bleed maroon. Go Colonels. And when you're ready for your next pre-owned automobile, swing on over to Cars of Kentucky. Cars of Kentucky has vehicles starting at $3,000 and up, so we literally have something for every budget. 356 Big Hill Avenue in Richmond, or check them out, carsofkentucky.com. Let's go Colonels.
Welcome back in to WBON TV as we get you set for Madison Central and Madison Southern, the county clash. And, Coach, we were talking about the Star Watch and looking at that linebacking core. There's some great players on offense as well, but two young quarterbacks who, for the most part, have been a little bit inconsistent in these first 2 weeks. You know, Carson Herbst, look at the numbers, not great, just 2 of 10 throwing the football for Madison Central, and Gabe Beard, 8 of 19. 1 interception, does have a couple of touchdowns, but neither quarterback is really the focal point of their offense. You talked about these two head coaches who like to run the football. And we've seen with both teams, there are a lot of guys who can carry the load and carry the football for each team. Look at the Shields, both the Shields brothers. Braden Hall can run it. Gabe Thompson's had some carries. And for Central, you got Corinthian Barnes. We've seen Compton take some carries. Davion DeBruce, and Herbst himself has also looked good running the football. So plenty of weapons out there to run for each team. We'll see if that is the case as we go throughout the game tonight. But I would expect it to be, business as usual for these two head coaches. We did say during the tailgate show that we wouldn't be surprised if maybe Southern came out with maybe a wrinkle or something to try to steal a possession or two in this game. They do come in as probably the underdogs in this matchup.
Yeah.
But they're a very confident group of young players.
Yeah, and again, we talked about just the age of some of the players on the field. I think back to, 2017, we played for the state championship. 2018, we had a lot of sophomores on the field. And I've always come from the school of thought, for every sophomore you start, is a loss of a game during the season. And it's not their fault. It's inexperience.
Yeah.
There's a big difference from freshman football to varsity in 5 and 6A. So I think you just have to give the edge to the team with more experience on the field. That being said, you're talking about the incompletions and the inconsistency of the quarterbacks. I think they look different when I watch the incompletions. Herbst, there's been some drops. There's been some big plays called back via penalties.
Yeah.
There's been some protection issues, I think, as well. So I think both teams are looking for a little more clarity at that position in the pass game this week. One other thing to note, too, is we always talked about the big adjustment from week 1 to week 2. You see the most improvements.
Yeah.
I think that's a little different for Kirk's Southern team because they didn't have a spring together.
Yeah.
He didn't get this team till July, basically, after dead period. So we may not really see them hit that big stride that you see from game 1 to 2 until mid-season because they just haven't had the time to gel.
After this week, both teams are at home next week. Central gets to stay here and play North Laurel, whereas the Eagles return back home, and they'll face Wayne County, a tough matchup there in Coach Kirk's second game as the head coach. When you look back at your time as the head coach of Madison Southern, you had some great moments. You talked about the great players that have come through here. You have the state championship appearance against Covcath. Trey Livingood, we were just talking about it. He's the only Madison Southern football player to score a touchdown in the state championship.
Yeah, he
game,
scored
right?
2.
2 of them. So, that's.
And then he threw up on my shoes after the first one over on the sideline. I don't know if you knew that.
We didn't.
He had a massive adrenaline dump. He came off the field. He's so excited, and he literally bends down and just yaks right at my feet.
Gosh,
it was awesome.
Okay. Well, Michael Mayer, the tight end that played for Covcath, he's now playing for the Raiders.
Yeah, he was unbelievable.
Yeah, he was a really good player that played for them. But, you look at the success that you had with that program, and I think, you talk about the coaching trees at the NFL level. They go down to the college ranks with, all the game. Your coaching tree. Talk about you got these two guys here. Are there other coaches that coach under you that are doing things at other programs as well?
There are. One that stands out for me specifically is Aaron Sloan, who started his football career at Central, transferred to us early in the season. I walked into my office one day. It's like week 2, and this young man's sitting on my couch in my office. I'm like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, "I just enrolled. I transferred." And his first game he plays against us, he gets hit, gets up, and starts to walk to the Central sideline.
Oh, my
That's
gosh.
how fresh he was off of transferring.
So his first game he played against Central?
Yeah, and that's how fresh he was coming into here. And he's coaching now. He was the quarterback coach at Central last year.
Okay,
He worked with Herbst, and I really noticed it in his play progressed throughout the year. Aaron Sloan's going to be a great coach. I think he's over in Eastern Kentucky now. I believe he's at, I'm going to make a mistake. It's either Paintsville. I think he's at Paintsville right now. He's a very bright, up-and-coming coach. He didn't coach with me, but played under us. He's got a bright future. I wouldn't be shocked if he's a name that, Madison County Schools down the road when these guys are done, they're looking to bring in this way. There's another guy on the Central staff that I see his effect on this team, and that's Corey Chapman. Yeah. Corey Chapman we brought him in. He was a big part of. He's a strength conditioning coach. We brought him in as a strength conditioning coach. He worked with me for a couple years. He came up here. I see the effects of him on the field. I see the difference in the athlete at Central now more than ever. I can see the weight room in him like we were doing the weight room at Southern when I was there, and I think that his effect shows up to me on Friday night right now.
And he does a big part with the special teams and things like that,
I think he's calling defense a lot with Blair right now as well.
There's a lot going on there with these coaching staffs. Now, we were told in 10 minutes there would be a 10-minute warm-up period. At the moment, neither team has still made their way out of the locker room. So we're still in a delay at the moment. We have not gotten the official kickoff time, but Coach Cook, or Mr. Cooksey, the athletic director, former coach in his own right, he is down there working the sidelines. He is getting those steps in for sure as they try to figure out the best way to get this game going and to do it in a safe way. So it's Central Southern. Again, we're going to try to get you another update. We were told in 10 minutes, a 10-minute warm-up period, but that 10 minutes has already come and gone. Have you seen another lightning strike in the area?
No, the closest has been outside of 13 miles. There's some that have been in the last 15 to 20 minutes, so I think we're getting close to where they'll cut it loose here anytime soon, I think.
We'll try to get an official update, maybe an official kickoff time, but at the moment it's still Both teams in the locker rooms, and we're ready to get this county clash underway. We'll pause for another 3-minute commercial break, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on WEKY 106.7 The Pinnacle and WBON TV.
Batteries Unlimited in Richmond has you covered with all your battery needs, plus they're your local stop for U-Haul and your vehicle key and fob headquarters. Check out their new auto detail shop, Aces Detailing, located at Batteries Unlimited. They do simple detailing with a deep, thorough clean for the inside, wash and wax options for the outside, and a deep clean of the engine bay when your ride is dirty. Check out Aces Detailing at Batteries Unlimited.
When the awful Michigan weather makes its way down I-75, you want your vehicle ready for anything. Holland Sons Auto Care knows there's no good time to break down, but especially when it's ice cold outside. So get that preventative maintenance taken care of at Holland Sons on North Keeneland Drive in Richmond. Holland Sons works on the smallest repairs all the way up to major engine work, and they can work on Chevy, Mercedes, and everything in between. So no need to take your German car up to Lexington to overpay. When Holland Sons is just off exit 90 in Richmond, call 859-626-7695 for Holland Sons Auto Care.
ABR Auto Recyclers in Richmond is buying your beat up and broke down cars. Have an old vehicle sitting around that you never got around to working on, or that old wreck in the backyard that you're sick of looking at? Call ABR Auto Recyclers at 859-369-5844. Not running? No problem. If you have an old vehicle, ABR Auto Recyclers wants to buy it. Get cash for your old car. ABR Auto Recyclers, 2294 Box Ankle Road in Richmond.
For over 40 years, Lake's Funeral Home and Crematory in Berea have been helping families through the hardest times in their lives. With traditional burial planning to cremation, the folks at Lake's can help you honor your loved ones with final arrangements. Lake's can also help pre-plan now. Let your family members know what you want and help ease their burden. Visit lakesfuneralhome.com to learn how easy it can be to pre-plan. Lake's Funeral Home and Crematory, the only on-site crematory in Madison County.
Allen Farms and Rodeo invites you to celebrate Halloween and November 1st at Bulls and Barrels Richmond at the Madison County Fairgrounds. Celebrate Halloween with a special trick-or-treat, a concert, and more on Friday night, with mutton busting and more fun taking place on Saturday. Gates open at 4:30 both nights, and the best bull riders and barrel racing around starts at 7:30. For Bulls and Barrels Richmond, October 31st and November 1st at the Madison County Fairgrounds. For more info, like Allen Farms and Rodeo LLC on Facebook.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience. We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now Steel in our Georgetown store. Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come. And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
In Richmond, tradition runs deep. From campus classroom to dealership showroom.
We've got drive and heart because we're part of the institutions that built this town.
But it's about more than just hometown pride. It's about being a part of a winning tradition.
We're powered by pride, by loyalty, and by a tradition that never quits. Just like Jack Burford Chevrolet and EKU football.
Since opening in 1972, Citizens Guarantee Bank has been there to help our customers enhance their lives and achieve their dreams. With 7 locations across Central and Eastern Kentucky today, we are celebrating 50 years of being there for the communities we call home. Citizens Guarantee Bank is now CG Bank. New name, same commitment to being there for our neighbors. CG Bank, we've been there for that. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
You've heard the name Chenault Vineyards, but what do you know about it? Chenault Vineyards is a place for the community to enjoy. Central Kentucky's premier event and wedding destination with 5 event venues, full-service catering, over 13 varieties of wine, live music entertainment, seasonal food options, weekly themed Wednesday night out and girls night out, trivia, murder mystery date nights, and free yoga on the point with beautiful views. Everyone can find something to do at Chenault Vineyards. Want to know more? Follow them on Facebook and Instagram or plan your night out at ChenaultVineyards.com.
We all have dreams. For some, it might be playing professional baseball like Keenan Wiley, former Madison Central baseball player, did. For others, maybe it's just dreaming of your forever home. Well, after a career of playing the game that he loved, now Keenan has another dream, helping you find that dream home. Check out the new development at Crutcher Pike Estates here in Richmond. Like Keenan Wiley Real Estate on Facebook, and let Keenan help guide you through the process of finding your dream home in Central Kentucky.
Hey! Oh my gosh, your husband is so hot. I know. No, like really hot. I know.
We've got to call Joseph's Heating and Air.
Is your AC unit not cooling? Call Joseph's Heating and Air. Your experts in fast, reliable AC maintenance and repair. They'll keep you cool when it matters most. Proudly serving Richmond, Lexington, and surrounding areas. Don't sweat it. Call Joseph's Heating and Air.
Hi, I'm Gwen from Gwen's Fine Jewelers, and we would love to invite you into our family-owned business.
Select from our beautiful Valina designs, Carissa designs, or we can custom design your dream ring.
Gwen's Fine Jewelers is your exclusive Kendra Scott boutique in Richmond.
Special financing options available, on-site jewelry repair, and layaway. Find your dream ring at Gwen's. Gwen's Fine Jewelers, where dreams come true.
To some, it's just a boat. But to Jim, it's his escape from meetings, traffic, and the grind of daily life. He may not catch any keepers, but he wouldn't trade his day on the lake for anything in the world. That's why his boat is insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's Jim's Recharge the Battery Farm Bureau.
My Farm Bureau.
David Mayo, John Rader, and Chris Hornsby with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
Welcome back in to WVON-TV, WEKY, and 106.7 The Pinnacle. John Clark and Michael Watkins. You can see the pep section there just horsing around a little bit, trying to keep themselves hyped up for kickoff when that inevitably does come our way. You like that? You all told me to say it, so no pun intended.
You'll do anything up here if it's on the screen.
Oh, yeah. That's why they pay me the big bucks.
That's great.
Welcome into the broadcast, everybody. So excited to have you with us. And, eventually this game will kick off. We've already talked about, the highlights and the Star Watch and looked at all of our pregame stuff. But it's a good time to talk about other things that are going on as well. Don't forget, EKU kicks off tomorrow, their first home game of the season against Houston Christian. That'll be a big chance to get out and support some more local football. You've got some big things taking place in the area going out over the next couple of months. We've got Spoonbread Festival here in a couple of weeks, the Millstone Festival the first weekend of October. We had Kenny with Allen Farms and Rodeo on during the tailgate show.
That was really cool, by the way.
It was, the miniature bull, yeah. And listen, you all tried to get me to ride the miniature bull.
And he wasn't going to take off on you, man. He was too busy eating the grass over there by the shot put ring.
I was nervous though when he came close.
He liked you.
He did.
He wanted you to pet him, man.
I don't blame him, but but when you look at all the cool things, we're so blessed, man. We talked about the great athletes that we get to cover, but just to be in an area where there's so much going on, so many things to do, and whether you've got a family or if it's just yourself and you're looking for something to do, there's really something for everybody in Madison County to kind of take a part of. And we really thank all of our great sponsors as well for helping us highlight these great local athletes that we have here in the area. And, of course, this is more of an extended Chenault Vineyards pregame show. Chenault Vineyards is the premier event venue in Madison County. Check out their jam-packed lineup of things happening all year long over at Chenault Vineyards. They've got some great lineup for concerts. If you like local music, they've got some great performances from local bands as well. They do some vendor markets throughout the year. They've got just so much going on at Chenault Vineyards, and the only way to keep up with it is the Chenault Vineyards Facebook page or by visiting ChenaultVineyards.com. And as we get set for the kickoff here at some point, it's now time to take a look at our Madison HVAC game time temperature, brought to you by Madison HVAC here in Madison County. At Madison HVAC, they do a great job of taking care of you. And don't let yourself down by failing to have your HVAC system inspected before we head into the winter. Visit MadisonHVACR.com and let their experts keep your system heating and cooling all year long. And right now, it is 81 degrees outside.
Steamy.
More of a humid 81 as well.
Yeah.
And we've got a severe thunderstorm watch for the area until 1 a.m., so do keep that in mind as well. There is a threat of some serious severe storms up into the early night hours, so do pay attention to that. Stay up to date with all your local channels and make sure that you're prepared for when those storms do come our way. But right now, again, we have no clue of when this game is going to get kicked off. You got another lightning delay?
Yeah, well, no, we're in the green right now. From what I see, there is something coming southeast of us.
Okay.
I think we're probably in the best window to get this thing rolling here soon, or we may end up on another delay. I do see Southern's padded up, clothed. Everybody's in gear, standing at their door right now. I think they're just waiting for the thumbs up.
Yeah, Central appears to be coming out of the locker room themselves. So
okay.
We are hopefully, so what we were told is once the two teams come out, there will be about an 8 to 10 minute warm-up period, and then we'll get this thing kicked off. But we have been sitting in a long delay, and we appreciate you hanging out with us here as we bring you the action on WEKY and WBOM TV. You know, our coverage each and every time we're live is presented by Bishop Small Engine Repair, where the variety of outdoor power equipment is second to none. In all of Richmond, Kentucky, there isn't a friendlier or more knowledgeable staff than Bishop's. They are happy to help you find either the perfect outdoor power equipment, service, or the parts that you've been looking for. Check out their brochures, including Bearcat, Cub Cadet, Echo, Grasshopper, Makita, and Shenandoah, to see what they have available. And if you need help in making your selection, you can call or stop in on North Estill Avenue in Richmond. Gage, let's take one more commercial break as the two teams make their way out onto the field. We will come back and get you set for the kickoff. It's the Indians and the Eagles, a little bit of a lightning delay, but football is on the horizon. The County Clash is coming your way when we come back on WEKY 106.7 The Pinnacle and WBON TV.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Wings or strips?
Wings.
No, strips. Guess you gotta flip a coin.
Famous last words.
Wings and strips.
You just can't lose with the split decision meal. Only at Lee's. Famous for a reason.
Your Lee's Famous Recipe locations are proud supporters of our local Madison County High School sports teams. Have dinner tonight before the game at Lee's Berea, just off I-75 at exit 76, or swing by Lee's Richmond, 1000 Center Drive.
Since 1974, Linville Insurance has proudly served our community with values that stand the test of time: family, integrity, and service. We lead with kindness, do what's right, help others, and stay informed so you can trust us with what matters most. As a proud Shepherd Insurance partner, we offer the strength of a large agency with the heart of a local one. From business to home, auto, farm, life, and employee benefits, we are your one-stop insurance advisor. Join the Linville Insurance family and experience the difference.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, we make it our priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate care that you deserve from a dentist. Offering single-visit restoration on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry is equipped to handle all your dental needs, from surgical implant placement and restoration, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. And we now have the Cone Beam 3D technology for taking scans of the jaw. For your next dental appointment, call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
Whitaker Bank in Madison County is your local bank for convenience. With more branches than literally any other bank in Madison County, why go anywhere else? Whitaker Bank is known for their friendly customer service and easy access drive-thrus. Whitaker Bank, your home for local, friendly, family banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Orthopedic and Sport Physical Therapy will help guide you on your road to recovery.
It is our mindset, a spirit driven to excellence to help people heal faster and better.
If you have pain or an injury, or you need experts in sports medicine, Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy is your best choice in rehabilitation, and you have direct access.
In most cases, you do not need a referral to any of our 7 locations serving the region.
Just give OSPTKY a call. Visit our website at osptky.com to find the location nearest you.
We're back on WBON TV as Indians in those blue uniforms are ready to get things started. We've had a long lightning delay, but finally ready to get the action back underway for the first time tonight. Get the kickoff going. As you know, the Eagles out there, they'll be in the white visiting uniforms, the white pants, orange numbers and letters outlined in the navy. And for Madison Central, they'll be in the blue home uniforms, the blue pants, white stripe down each. White numbers and letters outlined in the red. And, Coach, I love the uniform. They both look kind of fresh and clean coming out there tonight.
They do. Both went with the solid on solid, solid white, solid blue. And notice that Central's players have the stripe down the helmet this week. I know Coach Blair mentioned the team really had to earn the stripe. And I think that they've accomplished that in the last 2 weeks. So helmets look good.
You know, one of the things that, kind of want to talk about tonight a little bit is the young man that lost his life about a month or so ago. You talked about the Brown family, his mom and dad out there during the tailgate show with us, and the impact. A really good athlete passed away in a car accident. I think 16 years old. So just a tragic loss there, and obviously continue to remember that family in your thoughts and prayers as we go throughout. Not only tonight, because obviously they would love to see their son out there playing football, but throughout the season, throughout the rest of it, because it's so hard. I just can't imagine anything ever coming like that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of young men and young people in this stadium tonight for both sides. That Tristan was friends with everybody.
Yeah.
That a lot of young people here knew him. Really glad to see Rico, Lindsay, and Lanai out at the tailgate tonight. And I know she's starting the Tristan Brown project, which she's been working on, of just really trying to raise awareness for things that will help youth in the area. That Tristan, because that's really who he was. So it was really good to see them here this evening.
Yeah, Coach Blair, you see him down there on the sidelines getting ready to get this one started. The Eagles taking their final reps. We're about 5 minutes away, it looks like, from an official kickoff. Central, again, they are ready to go after a loss last week. Eagles coming off the first win for Coach Tim Kirk. The kickoff for both teams. 4 minutes, 45 seconds away. Gage, let's take a 2-minute commercial break. We'll come back. That kickoff on the other side on 106.7 The Pinnacle, WEKY and WBON TV.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a side of ranch.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Jerry Goebel in Richmond today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At the Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, we have activities galore, including video games, bowling, pool, delicious food at Champions, plus karaoke and live entertainment 7 days a week. Enjoy the climate-controlled patio, watch NFL football, and your Kentucky Wildcats all season long. The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, just off exit 87 at 1025 Amberley Way in Richmond.
Honor, integrity, excellence. When it comes to protecting your home, rely on the experts who have served our country. At VC Veterans Contracting, our mission is to make your home feel safe. Our customers constantly rate us 5 stars for our expertise and professionalism. Trust your roof to the veterans who served. Call VC Veterans Contracting today or scan the code on screen for a free quote. VC Veterans Contracting, your roof, our mission.
The heat in Kentucky hits hard. That's why having Madison HVAC on your side is so important. Don't waste time. Schedule a maintenance check on your HVAC system and make sure it's ready to handle the constant changing of the weather that comes with living in Kentucky. Your comfort is their promise. Like Madison HVACR Inc. on Facebook or schedule your maintenance checkup at 859-625-1471.
Eagles and Indians preparing for battle in the county clash. John Clark and Michael Watkins here with you on the call. Gage Hill, our producer, Landon Eads, Copeland Peterson, and Garrett Stearns on camera for you this evening. And we're glad to have you along for what should be a great night for high school football. And the Indians hosting Madison Southern. Of course, last year the Indians going on the road and a blowout victory over Madison Southern. You look at, the other way these two teams have performed over the last few years. It's really kind of gone back and forth, Coach. Central wins last year, Southern the year before that. Indians won 2 in a row, but not before. The Eagles won 2 in a row. So it's kind of flip-flopped over the last few years. And you were a part of a lot of those wins for Madison Southern over the last decade.
Yeah, it was this is a great rivalry. It's a lot of fun to be a part of. Man, I appreciate you all letting me have the opportunity to be up here in the booth during this. I never knew how fun it could be calling a game from the booth, but Armchair Quarterback has a great ring to it. I get why people like to do this now.
Yeah, for sure.
We have all the answers.
Yes, yeah. You do. I've never had any,
It's so easy to know what should have happened from this angle.
You know what I think is pretty cool, Doc? We last week when we were doing the radio, there were a couple of different occasions where you called a play before it happened. Remember, I was like, this would be a great time to lob it up to Lawson.
Yeah, you called that touchdown pass.
Play, they threw it up to him. So, that makes me feel like I've done this long enough. I can see some things,
Yep.
Here we go. The Eagles will kick off. They're going to be in the white uniforms. Kickoff going to take place from Corin Kimball.
See the returners have got heels at the 10. Usually you line your returners up to where they're coming up to catch the ball, so they probably expect it to land anywhere around the 15 or the 20.
Squib kick. And still loose.
It's loose.
Indians able to fall on it, and up man grabs it. And that's going to be Indians football at the 29-yard line. So decent field position to get this drive started as Gavin Kinley, I believe, came up to grab it for Madison Central.
We discussed that earlier. Will there be anything that Southern tries to do to kind of get an edge here? That's either out of respect for the returners for Central, or they felt there's a gap there they were trying to drop the ball into. They could recover it.
Well, we saw on the very first kickoff of the season a 90-yard kickoff return for Jeff Hairston on the very first play of the season for the Indians. So now some confusion on the very first play as they run a man off. We're going to hand it off to Corinthian Barnes. Barnes has played so well the last 2 weeks. He was really the catalyst for that momentum-shifting drive in the third quarter last week against Johnson Central.
He's absolutely the workhorse of the offense. When he goes, the offense goes. Yeah. So I think they're finding that out as they go as well. Him downhill tends to move the sticks.
And they've got weapons around him as well. It's not just Corinthian Barnes. Right. Look at the speed of Compton and DeBruce, the size of Lawson to be able to go up and, Moss, a defender, if you will, like Randy Moss used to do in the NFL. It's second and short. Carson on the little keeper himself. Not sure if that was a drawn-up play.
It looked like it was. That was a quarterback keep. It looked like a double lead. Helmets hooked together. There was a nice play by Kirk on the outside. That's the son of head coach Kirk, Caden Kirk. Missed last season due to an injury. So good to see him back out there.
Dalton Maynard and Herbst were the two that got tangled up. But it's third down and looks like about a long 3, short 4.
Want to draw attention to a matchup on the outside. You see the size of Lawson on the perimeter, and you've got Braden Hall over there for Southern. I think Braden's a good little corner, so that matchup could come into play.
They give it to Barnes, straight up the gut. Corinthians got a first down and more near midfield. He'll carry the football to the 47-yard line. A nice pickup on third and short. Indians move the sticks. New set of downs for Madison Central. Great job of that offensive line of opening up the hole. And, we talked about it last week. When you can run the football like the Indians do, you can give it to a guy like Barnes. He's getting 3 or 4 yards every carry, and eventually that'll move the sticks.
It does. I'm really looking to see early in a game like this, you're trying to see is the O-line denting the defense. You're looking for dents in the defense up front to kind of give you an idea of what's going on in the trenches. You see that O-line move right there.
On first down, they go back to Barnes. A little pushing and shoving after the play, which you will see in a rivalry game like this. Get it to midfield for a gain of 3. Second down and 7. As a head coach who's coached in many rivalry games, especially this one, how hard is it to sometimes cool your guys, whether it be from a big play or a mistake, or sometimes they can get too high or too low, especially in a rivalry game? How hard is that for a head coach?
You just hope that throughout the discipline of the program, throughout the offseason, everybody knows what the expectation is for the team. And if it's a team-first mentality, ball's on the ground.
Yeah, Herbst lost it, got it back, able to keep it, but he was hit hard. 3 or 4 Eagle defenders there as Carson, I believe he was trying to fake the handoff and pull it out for that RPO. And as he pulled it back into his own chest, ball popped out. Heads-up play for Herbst to grab it, but the Indians lose a yard, back to 3rd and 8.
True triple option read there. This they call it the mesh between the quarterback and the fullback. He's got to have what's called a soft pocket with the fullback there to where he's not grabbing the ball. It looked like he was trying to take the ball from the quarterback. Quarterback wanted the ball, led to that fumble there. They got away with one right there. It could have been bad. Catch
a break on their opening drive. 3rd and 8. Dipping under 9 minutes to play in the first. They give it to Compton. Quincy trying to find a crease. There was not one. He got 3 yards, so an early decision for William Blair on the Eagles side of the football. It's 4th and looks like 6. Indians need to get to the 43-yard line, and the ball sits at the 49. So 4th down and 6 for Madison Central. You see Coach Kirk there calling to the defensive signal.
Southern's got to love the position they're in here. 4th and 6. Every time there's been any sort of read play, there's been a lot of white jerseys around, which makes a read tough.
So first big play of the game.
Notice the up top size difference in the one-on-one with the receiver. That's Lawson and Hall out there. Watching film, I was very impressed with Braden Hall from Southern. He's a senior, good corner, good wide receiver. He's given up a lot of size out there, but I think he's an outstanding player. Yeah. He's kind of to me, he was kind of a sleeper in the watching Southern last week against Henry Clay. Really stood out to me on film.
Yeah, and Hall, he's the guy that can play both sides of the football. He's got a couple of catches, 3 catches for 4 yards. He's got 2 carries for 15. But he's the kind of player that, whether he's playing offense or defense, he can make an impact on the game. And matched up with Christian Lawson, Hall is the kind of athlete, obviously doesn't have the size to contend with Lawson, but he's athletic enough to keep him in front of him, keep up with him.
Yeah.
And, if there was a high point ball, Hall is a good enough athlete to at least make a play on it against the size of Christian Lawson.
And it's the old coach in me. When I see a mismatch like that, though, in size, I want to take a shot at that early in the game just to set a tone like we'll come to this all night if we can, and let you know like we see this out here. Be interesting to see if they do this here on this 4th down situation. I really like a shot to him, though.
Well, they're going to come out with 2 receivers to the right side. Carson will go up under center. Compton.
And they are unbalanced, so this tight end on the backside is eligible.
Rolling out to the right side is Herbst. He'll take it himself, and he's going to have a first down and more. He's keeping the football. Herbst still on his feet. Spun around to the 35-yard line. And the Eagles unable to get a 4th down stop. Coach Tim Kirk livid with his defense. He had him lined up, Coach. You can see the replay here. Carson saw a crease. They've got him right there at the line to gain. And Herbst broke about 3 or 4 tackles, kept his feet moving to the 35, and the Indians have new life on this opening drive.
They already had Lawson on a comeback just past the sticks. I thought he was going to let it go, but I think he felt pressure, saw a run lane, took off. It's one of those scary situations. You got to get the first down in his second effort. He does. It's a nice run by that young man.
First down and 10. Herbst sends a man in motion. They'll give it to Barnes. Play. And Barnes, a big hole. Corinthians still on his feet inside the 20. Indians make a trip to the red zone on their opening drive, and an injured player, Dalton Maynard, down holding a knee at the 35-yard line. See the replay here again, Coach. Just a huge hole on that opening front from the offensive line, and Barnes took it. And Daly really the only guy that slowed him down, his own teammate.
Yeah, DeShields makes the play there late downfield. He wasn't touched for 10 yards. Something to watch for tonight. DeShields starting starting a running back for the Eagles. I think Southern has a lot more players playing both ways.
Yeah,
And
that was what we talked about last week, too,
and in
with
a
Johnson
physical
Central.
game that's downhill like this where they're running the ball, right away when I see DeShields make that play, my first thought is, can he play a game like this and still have 20 carries, which they want out of him? So it'll be interesting to see how that wear and tear takes on the team tonight.
Yeah, Shamaj DeShields with 127 rushing yards on 24 attempts. He's averaging 63.5 yards per game. The Eagles on the season have ran for 242 yards. The Indians thus far through 2 games have run for 367. So both teams love to run the football. Central has showed you that on their opening drive as they have a 1st and 10 in the red zone. 7:37 to play in this opening quarter.
I know Southern doesn't love to see Maynard come out right there. He's kind of a stalwart in there on their defensive line. So hopefully for the Eagles, that young man gets back in the game soon.
Barnes and Compton in the backfield with Herbst. Carson will fake it to Compton. He's got a man wide open in Lawson. Still rolling around the backfield, chucks it into the end zone. Lawson goes up to haul it in. And for the second time in as many weeks, it's Carson Herbst connecting with his star wideout. Lawson hauls it in for a 19-yard score.
So something worth noticing is up front, Madison Southern has made a choice to play what's called double 2 techniques. They're head up on the guards. They're outsized a little bit. They're doing some cutting in there. Take themselves out of the play in a pass scenario because you can't pass rush. He had all day in the pocket right there.
Yeah, Camden Burke, the star lineman for Central, kind of dancing around in the backfield. He thought Herbst had already taken off or let it fly. Burke was able to hop up, get an extra block, and Carson delivered a beautiful pass to Lawson, who was wide open in the end zone. Here's the snap. Kick from Gilboa is good, and the Indians open up the game, taking it all the way in their opening drive to the end zone. A 19-yard touchdown pass from Herbst to Lawson, and the Indians strike first in the county clash on WBON TV.
Pruitt & Sons Auctioneers have over 24 years experience in the auction industry. Whether you're selling real estate, personal property, or liquidating your assets, Pruitt & Sons can help take your property to auction and walk you through the process. Serving all over Central Kentucky, visit PruittAuctioneers.com. And remember, Angela Pruitt for all your real estate needs as well.
When life gets complicated, you need someone who understands. Since 2003, Blevins Law has navigated real estate closings, wills, estates, car accidents, and personal injury cases with care and clarity. If your family has experienced death or injury, make Blevins your first call.
Blevins Law. Compassionate, reliable, real. Call 859-985-5410 to hire Blevins Law for the win. Office is located at 400 Richmond Road, North Berea, or search blevinslaw.net to contact them today.
Back here on WBON TV with Gilboa set to kick off from the 40-yard line. Eagles with a couple of guys back deep, and Gilboa will do what Peyton does, puts it in the end zone. That was such an important facet of last week's game. When you start to face teams like GRC and Bryan Station and Frederick Douglass, St. X, when you start to play teams like that have athletes that can really burn you on a return, it's very important to have a guy like Peyton Gilboa who can put those kickoffs in the end zone.
When they game plan against Central right now on Sundays, they sit there and go, we have to put together 80-yard drives.
Yeah.
That changes everything. You have to be a disciplined team to put together 80-yard drives, or you have to be able to score from far away with explosive plays.
Beard will go up under center. 2 receivers left, tied into the left side. He'll fake the handoff, looking to throw on first down. He's got deep. Got a wide open receiver who hauls it in at the 40-yard line. A huge play. What we saw last week, a replay essentially as taking it touchdown inside the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown, Madison Southern.
Touchdown by David McCoy.
McCoy, who had a huge play last week on the very first play from scrimmage, beats his matchup on the near side. Eagles use play action to perfection, and McCoy takes it the distance, an 80-yard touchdown. You were just talking about it, having the ability to score on a long play. Southern does just that.
That just got everybody's attention in the stadium. If Southern can strike from 80, it's definitely a factor in the ball game. And, we talked about it before. Are they going to try things different? Didn't see a ton of that out of them last week, so they're definitely willing to. They came to play today. They came to compete.
What a pass from Beard, and McCoy seems to be his go-to target. Had a nice game last week. McCoy had a 49-yard touchdown in the win over Henry Clay, and comes out here with an 80-yarder on the very first play from scrimmage for the Eagles, and an extra point away from tying this game up.
This kick's important for Southern. I think they were 0 for last week on their extra points. It's just kind of a mess. So the chance for them to put that extra point on the board was really big for them just then. That was a big drive for them.
Focal point of the practice week was extra points. It pays off. We're tied at 7, 6:58 to play in the first on WBON TV.
Gillum Sports Lounge isn't just a place for good food and hospitality. It's about gathering with family and friends, satisfying those taste buds, and cheering on your favorite team. You can't go wrong with one of their delicious burgers, salads, pizzas, or one of their many appetizers. Order online or stop in and see for yourself why Gillum Sports Lounge has been a staple in Richmond for almost 20 years. Located inside the Richmond Mall. Gillum Sports Lounge. Like them on Facebook to see more.
Bills don't care when payday is. But with CVNB's new checking account, you access your paycheck up to 2 days early, giving you faster access to your money when it matters most. Cover rent, buy groceries, pay your bills. Skip the stress before payday even hits. Open your account today at cvnb.com or visit your local CVNB branch. CVNB. Think better.
Back here as the Indians get ready to kick off, or the Eagles get ready to kick off after an 80-yard touchdown from Gabe Beard to McCoy.
I mean, these coaches, they know each other's styles so well, and they're both known for being aggressive defensively, and I think Kirk took advantage of that right away, knowing that they were going to be aggressive against him on defense. It was a great first play by Southern.
Indians again will have good field position as an up man grabs the return. And it'll be at the 46-yard line. So really good position for Central to strike after a 19-yard touchdown pass. We talked about the two quarterbacks and the inconsistencies that we saw. They've come out and thrown for a pair of touchdowns.
Is it me or are they both 1 for 1 with touchdowns? We know what we're talking about, right?
I guess. They heard us. We talked about last week, Southern or Central listening to us on the broadcast.
I know.
Maybe these two quarterbacks heard us and were like, we'll show you guys on their opening drives.
This is what's exciting about high school football. You never know what you're going to get, man. It's exciting.
Herbst to go back up under center. Carson, the junior quarterback, in his second season as the starter. They give it to Compton. A flag comes in, and this could be a hold, and not a great way to start a drive if you're the Indians, especially with the field position that they had. Back them up 10 yards. It'll be 1st and 20 for Madison Central.
That's a buck sweep. You pull both guards. You're trying to either log or kick out right there. It's become kind of a staple play that Central's doing good stuff with, but another holding call goes against them.
So move the football to the 36. So 1st and 20. Indians need the 44-yard line on the southern side of midfield.
I will say this. We've seen some 1st and 20s over the last couple games for Central, and they find their way out of these pretty regularly. So it's not like this is a position that they can't get out of right here.
Last week they had 2 opportunities on, I believe, 3rd and long and even 4th and long to make big plays, and it was either a penalty or just a mistake by a receiver that negated long plays. DeBruce had what would have been probably a 60, 70-yard touchdown last week. He just dropped the football on a wide-open pass from Carson Herbst, and Compton had a big one called back because of a hold.
Yeah. Another designed quarterback run. Southern's doing a great job of keeping contained, not letting anything get outside at the moment.
2nd and about 18 yards after a 2-yard gain from Herbst. We'll see if the Indians, and that's the thing about a hold, especially when you run an offense like Central does. It puts you so far behind the sticks, you really can't do your normal style of offense. 2nd and 18 for Carson. And in motion is Compton. They'll give it to Barnes. Corinthian broke through the first tackle, but never really broke all the way free of it. able to get it up to the 45-yard line where it will be 3rd down and 12 for the Indians.
Young man there for Southern, number 11, Caden Chastain. I think they've got a lot of high hopes for him. He's a very athletic sophomore. Just seen him play on the edge. Made some plays last week. Seen him showing up around the pile right now too.
3rd down. They back it up to the 44. It's 3rd down and 13 yards. Carson fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, pitches it out to Compton. Quincy's got blockers in front. He'll have it at the sticks, breaks another tackle. Compton still on his feet, spun around inside the 20. What a play by Quincy Compton as he gets it into the red zone once again for Central. And check out the replay, folks. Somehow, right here, Compton breaks loose of 3 or 4 tackles.
I love a running back that can break tackles. Like we used to always say, the first guy should never bring you down. Yards after contact is everything on Friday night in high school football. A really nice run by him.
Compton a little bit winded as he comes to the sidelines, and rightfully so. A huge gain to set up the Indians. The 1st and 10 inside the 15-yard line at the 14.
He was brought down by number 33. That's Elliott Smith. That's younger brother of Carter and Walter Smith.
Handoff. Barnes, Corinthian, stiff arm, and a flag comes in. No signal yet. There it is. Touchdown, Indians.
Looked like a horse collar potentially. Nice hard run.
Yeah, it is going to be a horse collar tackle, so the touchdown will stand. Check it out here. Another beautiful hole opened up for Corinthian Barnes, and he takes it really untouched until he gets to the 3-yard line. Finally hauled down, but not before crossing the goal line for 6. And we've got a high-scoring affair here in Richmond. The storm might be on its way, but the scoreboard lighting up right now with scores, already 3 of them in the first 7 minutes of action.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. We've been through, this will be the 9th quarter together doing this. I don't know if I've seen Corinthian Barnes tackle where he's gone backwards once yet in 9 quarters.
You're right.
He's always downhill. Love that he runs behind his pads.
The Indians going to go for 2. Herbst going to keep it himself and runs into a defender as he crosses the goal line. 2-point conversion successful. Indians being aggressive as they go for 2 and get it 15-7 with 5:05 to play in the first quarter on WEKY 106.7 The Pinnacle and WBON TV.
It's that time of year when we are day and night driving with our kids all over. Your car never stops. At Amco Transmissions, we make sure to keep you rolling. We have the latest technology, certified technicians, and longest warranty to keep your vehicles running strong. We specialize in all foreign and domestic transmissions, drivetrain, or just general maintenance. Did you know at Amco, the average customer saves $1,800 in comparison to the dealer? And Amco has a longer warranty. Come see us at Amco Transmission for the best service and the cheapest prices around. AA MCO.
Cars of Kentucky is a proud sponsor of Eastern Kentucky University Athletics. In Richmond, we bleed maroon. Go Colonels. And when you're ready for your next pre-owned automobile, swing on over to Cars of Kentucky. Cars of Kentucky has vehicles starting at $3,000 and up, so we literally have something for every budget. 356 Big Hill Avenue in Richmond, or check them out, carsofkentucky.com. Let's go Colonels!
So because of the penalty, Central will kick off from the Eagles' 45-yard line as Coach Kirk looks on as Peyton Gilboa ready to kick it away. And
through the uprights.
Yeah, no surprise here. He puts that one way through the uprights. Kind of shows you what kind of leg Peyton Gilboa has and the accuracy to put that one through. Obviously, it's a little bit different when you've got somebody running at you trying to stop a field goal. But give Gilboa credit again. Another touchback credited to his stats. And now the Eagles defense that was so good on that opening drive. They ran one play, and it was an 80-yard score from Beard to McCoy.
This is a big drive here. You know, it's the game scoreboard's tight, but Southern's run one play. So see what we can get going here on both sides of the ball. Defense for Central hasn't been out here much either.
Beard with trips right, high snap. DeShields grabs it. DeShields running, and he breaks a tackle, still on his feet. Good game tackling by the Indians as they get to DeShields for a loss. Back to the 18, make it the 17-yard line.
Something that definitely stood out on film was snap issues for Southern watching their previous games. And if the snap can't be accurate, we even saw a little bit of that issue in Central's first game from Connor. Bad snaps mess up timing of the entire offense.
So the Indian defense looking to get a stop. It'll be 2nd down and 13 for Madison Southern. You know, Beard, not the tallest of quarterbacks. I'd say he's, 5'10", 5'9". 2 receivers each way for the junior. Beard checks over to the sideline. Tells the Shield the play call with 4:10 remaining. Play clock winding down as well. Beard takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Shields, and oh my goodness.
There's Moose.
Moose McElwee lays the wood to the Shields. What a hit by Moose. Man, one of the hardest hits you'll see in high school football as he comes off the linebacker spot and just immediately lays out the Shields.
I tell you what, I see what Southern's doing. They're trying to spread the box a little bit, get that young man out of the box, but he's so good. His eyes, he's playing over the slot, but his eyes are keying his read key, which is that offensive tackle. The minute he sees that tackle block down, he's run all the way, and it looks like a blitz. It's really just him being fantastic on his reads.
So 3rd down, 15 yards to go for the Eagles. Central showing blitz. Moose comes off the edge. Nobody picks him up, and Beard takes off. Gabe Beard's got a 1st down and more. Beard showing off his running ability as he will move the sticks. And the Indians kind of fell asleep there in the middle of the field. McElwee came off the edge, had a great opportunity to make a stop. I think Beard saw him coming and just took off.
We call it smoke and mirrors. They send the back out in motion, really get eyes out there, and then they did bring an edge pressure there, which opened up some room to run downfield. So it was the right offensive call against the defensive look right there.
Great job by Beard to move the sticks. Not sure if that was a design play or just a heads-up play from him to run away from McElwee, but it pays off for the Eagles. They go back to the Shields on the ground. He's got another 1st down right to the 49-yard line. No signal yet, but that looks like it's going to be another opportunity for the Eagles to move the sticks, and it will be.
They're finding success in B-gap right now. The last 2 runs have been in B-gap.
So nose of the football touching midfield near the right hash. And the Eagles looking to knot this one up. A high-scoring affair in Richmond.
You know, one thing about Central's defense is they're very aggressive. And when you're coaching an aggressive defense, sometimes guys flying upfield, guys being that aggressive can be at a disadvantage to certain offensive schemes, which I see a little bit of that going on right now.
And off the Shields again. Cuts it back left side and cuts it back to the middle of the field. And a good job by Daly, I believe, on the stop to bring him down, but not before he got 4 yards. 2nd down and 6 coming up.
I think we talked about that in the pregame show. That young man's got to have a helmet on him.
Yeah.
He's got to have shoulder pads on him, or he can wreak havoc against Southern's offense this evening.
Yeah, that linebacking core that you talked about with, you got Colton Johnson, you've got Moose, Daly, Reeder, Carter Heyer, all those guys, they can make plays from that lineback spot.
Yeah, they really can.
2nd down. Take it to the Shields. Beard looking, pressured from behind, and he'll go down for a sack. Christian Lawson will be awarded the sack as Beard taken down to the 45-yard line, and that play just took too long to develop, Coach.
It did. I mean, again, Daly's right there. There was initial penetration that made him break the pocket. You know, one thing you got to be careful of there is just watching Beard. I see the ball was down around his hand. Like, I thought that ball was coming out there for a second. So you want your quarterback, when he has to get on the run like that, to tuck that ball away, because the worst thing you can do there is turn it over. He did not, but I thought I saw one coming. You saw it too, didn't you? Yeah, there was a potential for a turnover right there.
Yeah, it was like getting ready to let it fly, and then he pulled it back in. But as he was pulling it back, 2 or 3 defenders are right there on.
Yeah.
3rd down, 2 receivers each way for Beard. He'll drop back to throw. Running back stays in. Beard lets it fly deep. Man got behind the defense, but incomplete. Intended for Judah Story. Good defense by the Indians as Compton, man, he looks like he's winded again. Southern will have to punt on 4th down, but I'll tell you what, I like the aggressiveness, letting Beard sit back there and chuck it downfield.
Listen, man, they're behind the defense again. You know, if, for Central, you don't like to see that. That's twice now you've seen them. They're absolutely behind the defense.
So, looks like Hairston back to return for Central. Compton slowly getting back into the play here.
They're coming after it.
Pressure, yeah. High punt, but doesn't have a ton of air room underneath it. A lot of hang time, but it didn't go very far.
It's kind of a knuckleball, wasn't it? Just kind of hung up there.
So it's down at the 38-yard line on the Indian side of the field. It's Madison Central and Madison Southern here on WBON TV. So glad to have you along. We've had 3 Whitaker Bank touchdowns thus far. 19-yard pass from Herbst to Christian Lawson, an 80-yard pass from Beard to McCoy, and a 14-yarder run by Corinthian Barnes. And the Indians looking to strike again here, try to put some distance between them and their in-county rival.
Tight set here. Everybody's within 5 yards of the ball here. A little different set from Central.
1st and 10, and we've got a whistle and a timeout. Madison Central Indians call their 2nd timeout of the first half already with 33 seconds left to play. As they take their break, we will as well. We'll be back in 1 minute on WBON TV.
Batteries Unlimited in Richmond has you covered with all your battery needs. Plus, they're your local stop for U-Haul and your vehicle key and fob headquarters. Check out their new auto detail shop, Aces Detailing, located at Batteries Unlimited. They do simple detailing with a deep, thorough clean for the inside, wash and wax options for the outside, and a deep clean of the engine bay when your ride is dirty. Check out Aces Detailing at Batteries Unlimited.
When the awful Michigan weather makes its way down I-75, you want your vehicle ready for anything. Holland Sons Auto Care knows there's no good time to break down, but especially when it's ice cold outside. So get that preventative maintenance taken care of at Holland Sons on North Keeneland Drive in Richmond. Holland Sons works on the smallest repairs all the way up to major engine work, and they can work on Chevy, Mercedes, and everything in between. So no need to take your German car up to Lexington to overpay. When Holland Sons is just off exit 90 in Richmond, call 859-626-7695 for Holland Sons Auto Care.
1st and 10. Indians call the timeout before the drive gets started. Herbst up under center. Man in motion. Carson going to keep it at a big hole for the junior quarterback. Still on his feet. Across midfield. A flag comes in. Carson battling for extra yards. Down to the 40-yard line, but this might be coming back. Yeah, more pushing and shoving after the play is... You know, this rivalry, it means a lot to these two teams. We'll see if we can spot the hold, Coach. Right here is where the flag kind of came in. Yeah, number 16 right there.
Yep.
Easy right in front of the official is Mello Hill. It'll be called for the hold.
I think the tackling for Southern is really where you start to see some of that youth on the field. Just a lot of hanging on, not a lot of run-through tackles, and that's going to happen when you're playing a lot of young guys.
Yeah, a good learning experience for these young men. So.
Yeah. I know this. Teams that play a lot of sophomores end up being really good in several years.
Yeah. And this sophomore class, they've got some good talent.
Yep. On both teams.
Yeah. 1st down and about 7 now. Handoff Barnes. Corinthian finds a hole. Burst of speed across midfield and all the way down to the 30 of Madison Southern. Barnes again showcasing the strength and a little burst of speed as he hit the hole and moves the sticks for the Indians.
Barnes is really starting to understand what his blockers are doing. You notice once he hits the hole, he's coming left, but he cuts back right once he's in the hole because he knows he's got pursuit on the backside coming to clean up linebackers, creating angles for him. He's really starting to figure out what the offense is doing.
3 seconds on the game clock. We'll see if Herbst gets the playoff. He does. Handoff up the middle. And a big hole, and 6. Touchdown, Madison Central.
Bronson Parker, is that his first tutty this year?
Bronson Parker with his first career touchdown takes it to the house. And again, man, that offensive line dominating that line of scrimmage. Parker with a huge hole and another burst of speed for him. Lawson a little shove there to spring him just enough for the 6 points. And it's now 21-7 Indians.
There's any old school football guys listening to this. They know that's outside veer. That's a wide gap triple option, old school stuff right there. Used to love that play. It's a really nice run by that young man. Again, we talked about the sophomores. He's a sophomore.
Yeah.
There's some good sophomores on the field right now.
So the Indians with the extra point pending. And the second quarter pending as well. The extra point is up. Kick is good. 22-7 Indians as the opening 12 minutes comes to a close. Madison Central 22, Madison Southern 7 on 106.7 The Pinnacle, WEKY and WBON TV.
ABR Auto Recyclers in Richmond is buying your beat up and broke down cars. Have an old vehicle sitting around that you never got around to working on, or that old wreck in the backyard that you're sick of looking at? Call ABR Auto Recyclers at 859-369-5844. Not running? No problem. If you have an old vehicle, ABR Auto Recyclers wants to buy it. Get cash for your old car. ABR Auto Recyclers, 2294 Box Ankle Road in Richmond.
For over 40 years, Lakes Funeral Home and Crematory in Berea have been helping families through the hardest times in their lives. With traditional burial planning to cremation, the folks at Lakes can help you honor your loved ones with final arrangements. Lakes can also help pre-plan now. Let your family members know what you want and help ease their burden. Visit lakesfuneralhome.com to learn how easy it can be to pre-plan. Lakes Funeral Home and Crematory, the only on-site crematory in Madison County.
Gilbo to kick off as the second quarter about to begin in Richmond. The Indians on top by 15, 22-7. Man, another beautiful kick. This one into the end zone and downed. So Southern once again will have to begin a drive at their own 20-yard line. And Coach, you know, in a game like this, you come out, you have that big 80-yard play, momentum, hype, everything going your way. And all it takes is one drive to change things. Now you're behind by 2 scores. Yeah, I'm not saying that they've got to get points on this drive, but they've got to put a drive together. You want to at least get 2 or 3 first downs, keep the ball on your side for 3-4 minutes, and at least give your defense a chance to catch their breath over there on the other side.
Yeah, Southern doesn't want to go 3 and out. You know, rivalry games tend to be exciting early on, but, you know, you always say you got to weather the storm. Central's weathered the storm. They're in a good position right now. Central would love to get off the field and get the offense back out here.
Shields on first down, takes the carry. Not a ton of running room there, maybe a couple of yards on first down.
Be interesting to see if they come back to the pass game. They've had a little success throwing. Be interesting to see if they come back to it.
It's a good look there. Coach Blair, man, talking with his assistant coaches, making sure everything's in place on this second down play. 2nd and 8 with Beard in the pistol. The Shields now lined up behind him. 2 receivers each way for the quarterback. Snap kind of caught him off guard, and another nice tackle. McElwee, man, he comes in from behind this time to bring down the Shields.
Brady Reeder did a great job there of just taking the left tackle for a ride back into the backfield, really stonewall and clogged the play up to where the back he couldn't get going because that's a great job. That's a great job by Reeder there at defensive end.
Boston now comes in for Reeder. Give him a little bit of a break. Will Snell, the other defensive end, as the Indians have McElwee now lined up in the slot. He'll defend near side as Beard looks to throw. Got a man wide open, lets it fly, and it's just out of the reach. Looking in the direction once again of Judah Story. He was wide open. It looked like for just a second Story stopped running, and that might have been the delay needed for Central to see that pass fall incomplete.
I don't know if we get a replay on that. It looked like they ran a curl route underneath that, and it looked like both defenders jumped the curl and they left the deep ball. They left the deep guy open.
Yeah, it's a beautiful play drawn up.
I mean, there's definitely a lot of confusion going on in the secondary as well, but if you're Southern, you need to hit that to stay into this right now. It's there. You really need to hit that. You hate to see them, for Southern, you hate to go 3 and out right now.
Yeah, if we can get a better punt away, much better punt.
Yeah, a lot cleaner.
End over end, and it will take a Southern bounce, now a Central roll to the 49-yard line. So good news for Southern is you pin the Indians on their own side of the field. Bad news is they're just 1 yard shy of making it into your territory. Good defensive stand, even though they catch a break on the incompletion. Now see if Central can put some more distance between them and their in-county rival.
I mean, you come into a game with a game plan offensively and defensively, but sometimes you have to make adjustments. And you realize right now if you're Southern, I don't know what the game plan was coming in, but 3 pass plays, all 3 times behind the Central defense.
Yeah.
Clearly, I would think you have to come out throwing the ball to get back in this game right now, especially if you don't get a stop here.
1st and 10. Talked about the guys going, both ways. You've seen Story out there. You've got Braden Hall playing both sides of the football.
Shields.
Along with the Shields. Mac McCoy is out there playing defense and offense. So
Raiders playing both ways up front. You got a lot of guys doing double duty.
Well, and what that does, too, especially with the way Central plays offense, is those guys are out there, they're having to make tackles. They're bumping into people, and that can kind of wear your body down. And then you got to go out there and try to run a 40-yard go route. It makes it very difficult to kind of catch your breath and to get your feet back under you.
Physical game, too. It's a very physical game, and it's humid out.
Yeah,
That makes a big difference when you don't even have time to hydrate.
2nd down with 9:55 remaining. Herbst goes up under center. Carson looking around. Compton in motion. Hands it off to Barnes.
Nice
Barnes,
cut.
1st down and more. Corinthian, man, just carrying defenders with it.
Nice cut. I mean, he really has got a feel for where his blockers are going to be. He sticks his foot in the ground. He just goes off of that cut. You just don't see that. You don't see that too often anymore. Teams under center with quick-hitting fullbacks like that can read those cuts the way he does. I'm just watching Corinthian Barnes just get better and better every week. He's already a very good player, but he's on the verge of really becoming something special here with the way he's running the ball.
Yeah, and that confidence level just continues to rise as well. 1st down and 10. Herbst. Hands off, Barnes again, and this time a much better job by the Eagles to make a stop, but Barnes still able to drag that defender down to the 30-yard line with him for a gain of 4.
I mean, he's averaging, 8-9 yards a carry right now in the game? I mean, we don't have stats up here tonight, but he's got to be close to that in the game this evening.
Well, on the season, Barnes, and again, he is the workhorse, but they don't really feed it to him every time.
Right, they distribute the ball well.
2nd down and 6. Need the 24 for a 1st down.
Well,
Give it to Barnes again. Corinthian moves the sticks and down to the 20-yard line. Man, this physical front, the offensive line, it's really been on display, for now 2 full games and almost 2 quarters in this one. We talk about Barnes and Compton. We saw Parker get the touchdown. The offensive line is really what is helping open up those holes for those athletic guys in the backfield along with Carson Herbst.
Yeah, there's no doubt it's the strength of this team. They talked about it going into the season as a staff, that the offensive line was a strength for this team, and we continue to see that week in and week out.
Barnes, all this time, he is swallowed up immediately. What a great play, Gage. Let's take that replay out as the defender, number 51, that's Gavin Combs, was right here checking. He immediately kind of cuts underneath the center. Almost got to Herbst before he handed it off, and Barnes just ran right into that tackle.
He started head up on the center, and he's stunted to his left. And if the right guard doesn't pick that up and the center leaves him, you run into a scenario like you just had right there.
So it's 2nd down and 11, loss of 1. Herbst goes back up under center. Parker in for Barnes as he takes a breath on the sidelines. Carson kind of fumbled the snap. Lost his footing, got it back, and is hit hard. Able to fall forward for positive yardage. Might have gotten 3 or 4. It'll be 3rd down and about 7.
He took a good shot on that play. He did a good job getting back to the line of scrimmage and maybe picking up a yard, but definitely didn't come without a little punishment on the end of that, did it?
Now, he got hit by 4 or 5 guys. And
I think that was Kirk that really put that on him there as he was coming through the line. Hit a nice shot on him.
Any chance you can to hit the quarterback, you got to take advantage of it because those guys are protected quite well. It's 3rd and long for the Indians. 3rd and long, 7, short 8. This is prime position for Christian Lawson to make a play. He and Herbst, a little extra discussion as they come out of the huddle. Lawson lined up as a tight end to the left side. And we got a whistle and a delay of game against the Indians.
That's the first time we've seen this set with him lined up backside.
Yeah.
That to me means something's afoot. You hate to see a Central, you hate to see a penalty on that because that gives Southern time to recognize Lawson's at backside tight end here and really changes that.
Well, 3rd and 13. They back them up 5. Carson now comes over to see if they're going to keep the same play call in. You got Compton, Hairston, Lawson. Plenty of guys to throw to if you're Carson Herbst. Parker still in for Barnes. Herbst going to go up under center. They got a full trips bunched up to the left side.
Nice pitch formation or rollout.
Looking to throw. Herbst pressured. Stays on his feet. Looking, throwing in the back of the end zone. Lawson unable to come up and make the catch, but a heads-up play by Christian in the back of the end zone to knock it down and not allow the Eagles to come away with it. And great job by Herbst kind of evading the defender and at least putting it up for grabs for his star wideout.
Tells me a lot about Herbst right there. Most kids in that scenario stepping out of bounds, he literally flips his hips, profiles up as we call that, to throw the ball back to the other side of the field. Like, it was short, and he got away with one there. That could have been a bad scenario, but he's got that gutsiness about him at quarterback, and I love that in a quarterback.
Peyton Gilboa on for his first field goal attempt of the season. It'll be a 40-yarder. Gilboa puts it up. Man, through the uprights. What a kick from Peyton Gilboa.
Kick. He had 10 more on that.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic kick.
Great job by Gilboa. You might want to change your pick for kicker now.
I don't know, man. I'm still taking Landon White, but Gilboa's growing on me, man. He's growing on me.
25-7.
This kid's got a lot of potential here. He's growing on me.
6.5 to play in the second quarter. We'll be right back on WBON TV.
Allen Farms and Rodeo invites you to celebrate Halloween and November 1st at Bulls and Barrels Richmond at the Madison County Fairgrounds. Celebrate Halloween with a special trick-or-treat, a concert, and more on Friday night, with mutton busting and more fun taking place on Saturday. Gates open at 4:30 both nights, and the best bull riders and barrel racing around starts at 7:30 for Bulls and Barrels Richmond, October 31st and November 1st at the Madison County Fairgrounds. For more info, like Allen Farms and Rodeo LLC on Facebook.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Co-Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now still in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Back to the action. Here's Coach William Blair and the Indians leading at 25-7. 6:31 to play in this second quarter. Gilboa to kick off. Hayden, this time more of a line drive kick, will allow the Eagles a chance to return. And dragging defenders at the 25-yard line was the return man. Looked like that was Caden Chastain. And the Eagles back to work offensively, 25-7. A good job of holding the Indians to that field goal, but now you got to come back out here after a 3-and-out on your last drive and get back to work offensively.
Yeah, it's one of those scenarios where as a coach you're making a choice. Are we taking shots here? Or are we just trying to move the ball, get first downs, put together a long drive? Definitely some decisions have to be made here in the play calling and where you feel you can get the yards you need.
Still plenty of time to go in this game. And here's the thing, too. Southern will get the second half kickoff. So if you score here and get a stop, still plenty of time to come back. A little trickery here is the Eagles with the end around. Nowhere to go for Braden Hall. Trying to get the hands or the ball in the hands of your best athletes. And that time, that play, again, just took a little bit too long to develop. Coach.
Yeah, and I don't know if we have a replay on that, but you'll notice the safety rolls down weak for Central pre-snap. And when he does that, they actually overloaded the weak side. They were running the reverse, too. So I guarantee during that play call, when they saw that safety roll, the coaches are going, that's not the best case scenario for us because they're overloading that weak side.
So ball on the right hash mark at the 21-yard line. Loss of 4 yards. It'll be second down and 14.
Back.
Yeah, Beard's look. Oh, he's got a man on the near side. Rolling out, dancing around, in trouble, and still on his feet. Beard, he's going down. Daly comes back to get him near the 5-yard line, and they're going to spot this thing at what looks like the 7 coach. Great job in the secondary by Central to prevent Beard of any opportunity of letting that one go.
Yeah, he had some time back there initially, but again, there's so much timing that goes into the pass game. So Central drops back into a zone. You don't know if guys just weren't sitting in windows, if they weren't cross enough to where they were going to be. Hard to know if the timing's off on the route concept there, but there was definitely time to make a throw there initially.
Timeout, Madison Southern's 3rd and long. When we come back, don't go anywhere, folks. We're live on WBON TV.
When you grow up in Richmond, there are 2 traditions you know by heart.
Jack Burford Chevrolet and EKU football.
Jack Burford Chevrolet isn't just a place to buy a car. It's where generations of Central Kentucky families have started their journey.
More than just a school, EKU is the heartbeat of this town, a cornerstone where tradition, pride, and a winning spirit come together.
Jack Burford Chevrolet and EKU football. 2 Richmond icons, 1 winning tradition.
Since opening in 1972, Citizens Guarantee Bank has been there to help our customers enhance their lives and achieve their dreams. With 7 locations across Central and Eastern Kentucky today, we are celebrating 50 years of being there for the communities we call home. Citizens Guarantee Bank is now CG Bank. New name, same commitment to being there for our neighbors. CG Bank, we've been there for that. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
3rd down and a country mile, Coach.
Eagles. Yeah, this is not a scenario you want to be in right now.
Yeah, and the
if
Indians
you're Southern, you don't want to be in this scenario.
Too. Beard looking around before he takes the snap. Takes it. Takes the handoff to the Shields. Beard trying to find some running room up the middle. Brought down, and a nice tackle made by Christian Lawson. Lawson coming in. He's kind of that part of that NASCAR package, coming in on those 3rd down, pass scenarios. Comes in there, makes the stop. Lawson making a big impact on this game, had a big catch, prevented an interception, and makes the stop there on 3rd down, and the Eagles forced to punt yet again.
Once again, too, Moose with the little cherry on top of the shoulder at the end of that. He always finds a way to put a big hit on somebody, doesn't he? He's a thumper, man.
So Kimball will punt. We've got Compton and Hairston.
Good snap is important here for Southern. You don't want to be up in a bad scenario. Looked like he might have caught that with his knee down.
That's what I was going to say, too. Hairston calls for a fair catch at the 46-yard line. Indians, great field position, make it the 47 of Madison Southern. But you were right, Coach. It looked like when Kimball caught that snap that he went down to a knee in the end zone.
He looked like he had a knee down. I think they got away with one right there. He looked like he had a knee down.
So 1st and 10 Central, 4:04 to play. And if you're the Eagles, a stop here is so important. You do not want to increase the gap here or let the gap get increased with the Indians already in front by 18 points.
Yeah, seeing a double-digit 3 on the scoreboard going into halftime can really be demoralizing for a team. So Southern needs to stop. If you're Central, you're really trying to put a nail in this right here.
Herbst sends a man in motion. They give it or fake it to Barnes. Carson still got it, and a big hole for Herbst. Breaking one, and he could go the distance. Carson will take it into the end zone. A 47-yard touchdown run on the first play of the drive. Carson Herbst showing off his athletic ability as once again he breaks tackles all the way 47 yards for the score.
True triple option there. He's got that fake on the pitch. And again, several missed tackles. And that's going to happen when you have young guys on the field. There's some guys in the right places, but I really love the swagger that Herbst plays with, and we see it growing every week, don't we?
Yeah, just the confidence level continuing to rise. We saw how it didn't look, or how it looked in week 1 last week. Started to get a little bit better. Tonight, obviously, everything clicking offensively for Madison Central, including the extra points, the kicking game working as well. 32-7 Indians, just under 4 to play in the first half on WBON TV.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
You've heard the name Chenault Vineyards, but what do you know about it? Chenault Vineyards is a place for the community to enjoy. Central Kentucky's premier event and wedding destination with 5 event venues, full-service catering, over 13 varieties of wine, live music entertainment, seasonal food options, weekly themed Wednesday night out and girls night out, trivia, murder mystery date nights, and free yoga on the point with beautiful views. Everyone can find something to do at Chenault Vineyards. Want to know more? Follow them on Facebook and Instagram or plan your night out at ChenaultVineyards.com.
Peyton Gilboa will kick off for Central as they built this 32-7 lead. 3:52 remaining in this first half. Another kick into the end zone. No return for the Eagles as Chastain went about 6 yards deep into the end zone to make that catch. And now the Eagles offense comes right back out, Coach, after a quick turnaround, just one play drive for Central.
Yeah, the coach in me can't help but do a little breakdown week in and week out right now. Central's biggest plays on the ground are happening a lot when they're running a true triple option, leaving a D lineman unblocked, doing a true read. Herbst is making the offense right with his reads. And when they have a backfield like they do, including him, there's almost like a 4-horseman deal going on here. It's tough to defend.
Beard in the pistol. He'll hand it off to the Shields. Man, another big hit. This time it's Daly. Drives him right back into the backfield. A huge hit. Man, Daly and McElwee, they are laying the wood tonight. A huge hit as Beard handed it off to Shields. Nowhere to go, and Daly just plugging that hole.
Splits 2 offensive linemen. As we've watched Herbst's confidence grow on offense, I would say the same thing about watching Daly from week 1 to now. I'm just watching his confidence grow. His play just continues to me, he is a major sleeper on this Central team.
Yeah.
That if you're not planning to prepare for him, you're going to have a problem with him on Friday night.
McElwee lined up again. He's looking to blitz on Beard on second down. Low snap. Gabe will throw over the middle. Pass caught. Nice job getting open in that middle of that zone defense. Indians had dropped back into a zone, and the completion made to Caden Walker.
Winkler.
Yeah,
yep,
Winkler.
Caden Winkler. That's a dig route, so that's like a 10-yard in. Usually you're the second guy through. It looked like they sent somebody through the zone first. That's a nice read for Beard to find that, especially after a low snap. I saw his eyes move from outside to in on his read. Really nice ball by him to put it on. I mean, he puts any air on that at all, that's going to be a pick, and it's going to be out of that zone. So that was a nice read by him.
And Beard puts some good zip on the ball. When he's throwing it like a line drive, it's a much better pass for him than trying to go deep.
And it was good defense. I mean, he didn't get 2 steps before he was hit.
Oh, here has to just throw it away. Heads up play by Beard to let that one fly as they try to set up a fake screen and go long. Had a man in McCoy open downfield, but they could not get it to him. Might have been Braden Hall as the guy that went the deep way, and there was a lightning strike.
There goes your halftime.
Yeah, we saw a huge lightning strike. Nobody else saw it yet. So at the moment, play will continue, but that one was right, maybe 3 or 4 miles away. That one was right here. Yeah, the referees did not see that. Somehow, we saw it on the broadcast. We saw it from where we were at, but the officials did not see it. With 2:25 left to play, it's second down. Beard in the shotgun.
That was exactly 8.3 miles away, by the way.
Okay. A little closer than that, didn't it?
Yeah.
Beard going to take off. Man, he's hit, and that might be a flag.
That's late. That's
flag
really late.
Comes in. McElwee there, and now the pushing and shoving stops. Got to be careful here. Everybody back away. Let everybody catch their cool. Keep calm as Beard takes a shot at the end of that play. Central coaching staff checking on him. It was Daly and McElwee coming in. Check out the replay here. Beard picks up a good chunk of yardage. Let's see, right at the end. I think Daly's hit was in time, or McElwee's hit. Daly was the one, I believe, that was the flag was thrown off. So the flag will tack on the extra yardage. Should put the Eagles in Indians territory with 2:16 left to play in this first half.
You got to remember there's 2:16 left, assuming that, Lightning doesn't clear this field. If Southern can put together a drive here, go down and score, come out at half and receive the ball, that can change the feel of a rivalry game pretty quickly here.
So it's 1st and 10. They spot the ball at the 42-yard line. 2:16 to play in the first half. And maybe they're just trying to get through this first half before we have any more delays. But Mr. Cooks to the AD now making his way down. Yeah, he's trying to wave to the officials.
There's no way somebody didn't see that's in charge. I mean, it was as blatant as it gets.
And now the two teams will head back to their locker rooms with a lightning delay. 2:16 to play in the second quarter. Lightning in the area, so play will pause while they get this all figured out. We'll step aside and be right back on WBON TV.
We all have dreams. For some, it might be playing professional baseball like Keenan Wiley, former Madison Central baseball player, did. For others, maybe it's just dreaming of your forever home. Well, after a career of playing the game that he loved, now Keenan has another dream, helping you find that dream home. Check out the new development at Crutcher Pike Estates here in Richmond. Like Keenan Wiley Real Estate on Facebook, and let Keenan help guide you through the process of finding your dream home in Central Kentucky.
Hey! Oh my gosh, your husband is so hot. I know. No, like really hot. I know.
We've got to call Joseph's Heating and Air.
Is your AC unit not cooling? Call Joseph's Heating and Air. Your experts in fast, reliable AC maintenance and repair. They'll keep you cool when it matters most. Proudly serving Richmond, Lexington, and surrounding areas. Don't sweat it. Call Joseph's Heating and Air.
Hi, I'm Gwen from Gwen's Fine Jewelers, and we would love to invite you into our family-owned business.
Select from our beautiful Valina designs, Carriza designs, or we can custom design your dream ring. Gwen's Fine Jewelers is your exclusive Kendra Scott boutique in Richmond. Special financing options available, on-site jewelry repair, and layaway. Find your dream ring at Gwen's. Gwen's Fine Jewelers, where dreams come true.
To some, it's just a boat. But to Jim, it's his escape from meetings, traffic, and the grind of daily life. He may not catch any keepers, but he wouldn't trade his day on the lake for anything in the world. That's why his boat is insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's Jim's Recharge the Battery Farm Bureau.
My Farm Bureau.
David Mayo, John Rader, and Chris Hornsby with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Wings or strips?
Wings.
No, strips. Guess you gotta flip a coin.
Famous last words.
Wings and strips.
You just can't lose with the split decision meal. Only at Lee's. Famous for a reason.
Your Lee's Famous Recipe locations are proud supporters of our local Madison County High School sports teams. Have dinner tonight before the game at Lee's Berea, just off I-75 at exit 76, or swing by Lee's Richmond, 1000 Center Drive. Since 1974, Linville Insurance has proudly served our community with values that stand the test of time: family, integrity, and service. We lead with kindness, do what's right, help others, and stay informed so you can trust us with what matters most. As a proud Shepherd Insurance partner, we offer the strength of a large agency with the heart of a local one. From business to home, auto, farm, life, and employee benefits, we are your one-stop insurance advisor. Join the Linville Insurance family and experience the difference.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, we make it our priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate care that you deserve from a dentist. Offering single-visit restoration on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry is equipped to handle all your dental needs, from surgical implant placement and restoration, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. And we now have the Cone Beam 3D technology for taking scans of the jaw. For your next dental appointment, call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
Whitaker Bank in Madison County is your local bank for convenience. With more branches than literally any other bank in Madison County, why go anywhere else? Whitaker Bank is known for their friendly customer service and easy access drive-throughs. Whitaker Bank, your home for local, friendly, family banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Orthopedic and Sport Physical Therapy will help guide you on your road to recovery.
It is our mindset, a spirit driven to excellence to help people heal faster and better.
If you have pain or an injury, or you need experts in sports medicine, Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy is your best choice in rehabilitation, and you have direct access.
In most cases, you do not need a referral to any of our 7 locations serving the region.
Just give OSPTKY a call. Visit our website at osptky.com to find the location nearest you.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a side of ranch.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Jerry Goebel in Richmond today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
So as we knew was a possibility, lightning and storms that are heading our way, causing a delay. Now, the stadium has been emptied at the moment, and a lot of people look to be leaving as they work their way through this process. We are trying to get an interview with Mr. Cooksey. Obviously, he is very busy right now with trying to clear the stadium and get everybody out of here with the metal bleachers and everything. You got to take every safety precaution available. But at the moment, we have a 32-7 lead for Madison Central. There are 2 minutes and 16 seconds left to play in this first half. There's a lot of things that could happen from here. The two teams could elect to potentially finish the game at some point tonight. If the weather looks like it will eventually leave the area, that'll be the case. If not, then we could see a case where maybe they restart the game tomorrow. There's also the case, well, Central leads 32-7. This game could be getting out of reach already. Central was a heavy favorite coming into the game tonight, so the two teams could agree that with the weather pending, the score is what it is, that they could just go ahead and call this game tonight. So there are still a lot of things to figure out. We are going to try to get Mr. Cooksey up our way and have this interview with him and just try to see what the process will be, how long it will take. I think it's every 20 or 30 minutes after the last lightning strike that they push it back. So if we, as of right now, we've probably got 30 minutes, but we saw another strike maybe 3 or 4 minutes ago. So every time we see one, you'd go 30 minutes or 20 minutes from the last one within, as Coach Clark said, a 10 to 11 mile radius. Right now, we're sitting at a 2:16 mark in the second quarter with the two teams heading to the locker rooms, and we just saw another lightning strike. So we thought this was a possibility. That's why they moved the start time of the game up to 6:30. A lot could be going on right now, and we'll try to talk to Mr. Cooksey at some point and see what the plan is going to be. But as the two teams make their way to the locker room, Samantha Burford going to join us here. And Samantha, we kind of thought this might happen. Listen, it was going good till you got here. Now the storm's here.
It really was. I know. And pretty smart. Robbie Cooksey did just call me back. Yeah. He is trying to get everybody safe and off the metal bleachers. So he's a bit busy. He is willing to come talk to us. So hopefully in the next 20 minutes, and we don't see any more lightning, like you mentioned, there is a possibility of going ahead and calling this game.
Yeah.
Now, do we want to see that? No, because it's been a great game, especially that first quarter.
A lot of highlights already in this first half.
Yeah, they're actually,
but you could see, there's a lot of people already leaving there as they kind of make their way out of the stadium.
Yeah, there's a traffic pile.
Yeah, 40-0 drought, and now the rain starting to come down. So, yeah, there's a lot right now working against this game getting finished. Right. Either tonight or maybe not at all. They could just go ahead and call it. So we'll try to await the official word from Mr. Cooksey. While we do have a moment, we do want to say thank you to all of our great sponsors. You've been seeing a lot of their commercials tonight. So we're going to play another commercial break. But before we do want to remind you, EKU will be at home tomorrow night for their first game of the season. Eastern will take on Houston Christian.
Yeah.
Be a big game there. So get out and support them tomorrow. I think the weather's supposed to be a little bit better in the area.
Chilly. It's actually going to be in the 60s.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, a quick story, since we've got some time right now.
Hang on. Story time with Samantha.
Story time with Samantha.
I got the intro
This morning, I was getting on the bypass and close to the interstate
And
there at exit 87, and there were 3 buses with police escorts, New Albany State, something like that.
Huh.
And I'm thinking, wait, Houston Christian, that is nowhere near. Like, why are they these buses, 3 big buses with police escorts pulling into Richmond? And I texted, a bunch of people, and I was like, did they borrow buses? What's happening? You just never know. So, actually, they play in Frankfurt. So I guess Kentucky State.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
So they were just here getting off, eating, I guess, maybe staying, because they stay overnight somewhere. And, it's only 40 minutes, 45 minutes down the interstate. Yeah. So a quick little update. But I thought that was, I didn't see the Houston Christian buses.
Did that police escort affect your police escort at all? Or
I did not get one, but I wish I would have.
Wow, yeah.
Sirens were going. They didn't stop at any stoplights.
Okay.
So that is kind of fun, because when you're not used to seeing that, you're kind of like, what? Why are we all getting stopped and the bus is getting to roll through the red lights?
Well, I tell you what, the rain's starting to come down now, the lightning in the area. There's a lot going on. So, again, we're going to take a short commercial break. We're going to try to talk to Mr. Cooksey at some point and get an idea on how long this process will take. How long do they delay it? How many times do they delay it before they make the official call that the game is going to be canceled or pushed back to tomorrow morning or whatever the case might be? So,
wasn't it last year we had a rain delay that sent us for 4 hours, something?
Lexington,
there was more.
That was a big one.
So there's 20 more minutes.
20 more minutes. So if you remember the Lakes-Kenneth game last year,
yes,
there was a huge lightning delay in that one. And I think even the year before when they played Lakes-Kenneth here in Richmond, there was a big delay. So, listen, a lot goes into this. It's all about safety, keeping everybody safe. We want you to be
Everybody's
safe.
going home.
And if you were, there's a I would say that if they were to start this game back, 70 to 80% of the audience has gone home. The parents might be the only ones that stay.
Which the good news is they'll be watching it on WBONTV.com.
Yeah, so let's take another commercial break. We'll try to get an update. The rain it's starting to really come down now. So
hence why the game started at 6:30 tonight instead of 7:30. So very smart, but here we are.
Stay with us, folks. We'll try to keep you updated as much as we can. We'll play some more commercials. We'll try to give you an update when we come back on WBON TV.
At the Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, we have activities galore, including video games, bowling, pool, delicious food at Champions, plus karaoke and live entertainment 7 days a week. Enjoy the climate-controlled patio, watch NFL football, and your Kentucky Wildcats all season long. The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, just off exit 87 at 1025 Amberley Way in Richmond.
Honor, integrity, excellence. When it comes to protecting your home, rely on the experts who have served our country. At VC Veterans Contracting, our mission is to make your home feel safe. Our customers constantly rate us 5 stars for our expertise and professionalism. Trust your roof to the veterans who served. Call VC Veterans Contracting today or scan the code on screen for a free quote. VC Veterans Contracting, your roof, our mission.
The heat in Kentucky hits hard. That's why having Madison HVAC on your side is so important. Don't waste time. Schedule a maintenance check on your HVAC system and make sure it's ready to handle the constant changing of the weather that comes with living in Kentucky. Your comfort is their promise. Like Madison HVACR Inc. on Facebook or schedule your maintenance checkup at 859-625-1471. Pruitt & Sons Auctioneers have over 24 years experience in the auction industry. Whether you're selling real estate, personal property, or liquidating your assets, Pruitt & Sons can help take your property to auction and walk you through the process. Serving all over Central Kentucky, visit PruittAuctioneers.com. And remember, Angela Pruitt for all your real estate needs as well.
When life gets complicated, you need someone who understands. Since 2003, Blevins Law has navigated real estate closings, wills, estates, car accidents, and personal injury cases with care and clarity. If your family has experienced death or injury, make Blevins your first call.
Blevins Law. Compassionate, reliable, real. Call 859-985-5410 to hire Blevins Law for the win. Office is located at 400 Richmond Road, North Berea, or search blevinslaw.net to contact them today. Gillum Sports Lounge isn't just a place for good food and hospitality. It's about gathering with family and friends, satisfying those taste buds, and cheering on your favorite team. You can't go wrong with one of their delicious burgers, salads, pizzas, or one of their many appetizers. Order online or stop in and see for yourself why Gillum Sports Lounge has been a staple in Richmond for almost 20 years. Located inside the Richmond Mall. Gillum Sports Lounge. Like them on Facebook to see more.
Bills don't care when payday is. But with CVNB's new checking account, you access your paycheck up to 2 days early, giving you faster access to your money when it matters most. Cover rent, buy groceries, pay your bills. Skip the stress before payday even hits. Open your account today at cvnb.com or visit your local CVNB branch. CVNB. Think better.
It's that time of year when we are day and night driving with our kids all over. Your car never stops. At Amco Transmissions, we make sure to keep you rolling. We have the latest technology, certified technicians, and longest warranty to keep your vehicles running strong. We specialize in all foreign and domestic transmissions, drivetrain, or just general maintenance. Did you know at Amco, the average customer saves $1,800 in comparison to the dealer? And Amco has a longer warranty. Come see us at Amco Transmission for the best service and the cheapest prices around. AA MCO.
Cars of Kentucky is a proud sponsor of Eastern Kentucky University Athletics. In Richmond, we bleed maroon. Go Colonels. And when you're ready for your next pre-owned automobile, swing on over to Cars of Kentucky. Cars of Kentucky has vehicles starting at $3,000 and up, so we literally have something for every budget. 356 Big Hill Avenue in Richmond, or check them out, carsofkentucky.com. Let's go Colonels!
Batteries Unlimited in Richmond has you covered with all your battery needs, plus they're your local stop for U-Haul and your vehicle key and fob headquarters. Check out their new auto detail shop, Aces Detailing, located at Batteries Unlimited. They do simple detailing with a deep, thorough clean for the inside, wash and wax options for the outside, and a deep clean of the engine bay when your ride is dirty. Check out Aces Detailing at Batteries Unlimited.
When the awful Michigan weather makes its way down I-75, you want your vehicle ready for anything. Holland Sons Auto Care knows there's no good time to break down, but especially when it's ice cold outside. So get that preventative maintenance taken care of at Holland Sons on North Keeneland Drive in Richmond. Holland Sons works on the smallest repairs all the way up to major engine work, and they can work on Chevy, Mercedes, and everything in between. So no need to take your German car up to Lexington to overpay when Holland Sons is just off exit 90 in Richmond. Call 859-626-7695 for Holland Sons Auto Care.
ABR Auto Recyclers in Richmond is buying your beat up and broke down cars. Have an old vehicle sitting around that you never got around to working on, or that old wreck in the backyard that you're sick of looking at? Call ABR Auto Recyclers at 859-369-5844. Not running? No problem. If you have an old vehicle, ABR Auto Recyclers wants to buy it. Get cash for your old car. ABR Auto Recyclers, 2294 Box Ankle Road in Richmond.
For over 40 years, Lake's Funeral Home and Crematory in Berea have been helping families through the hardest times in their lives. With traditional burial planning to cremation, the folks at Lake's can help you honor your loved ones with final arrangements. Lake's can also help pre-plan now. Let your family members know what you want and help ease their burden. Visit lakesfuneralhome.com to learn how easy it can be to pre-plan. Lake's Funeral Home and Crematory, the only on-site crematory in Madison County.
Allen Farms and Rodeo invites you to celebrate Halloween and November 1st at Bulls and Barrels Richmond at the Madison County Fairgrounds. Celebrate Halloween with a special trick-or-treat, a concert, and more on Friday night, with mutton busting and more fun taking place on Saturday. Gates open at 4:30 both nights, and the best bull riders and barrel racing around starts at 7:30 for Bulls and Barrels Richmond, October 31st and November 1st at the Madison County Fairgrounds. For more info, like Allen Farms and Rodeo LLC on Facebook.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience. We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Code Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now Steel in our Georgetown store. Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come. And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
When you grow up in Richmond, there are 2 traditions you know by heart.
Jack Burford Chevrolet and EKU football.
Jack Burford Chevrolet isn't just a place to buy a car. It's where generations of Central Kentucky families have started their journey.
More than just a school, EKU is the heartbeat of this town, a cornerstone where tradition, pride, and a winning spirit come together.
Jack Burford Chevrolet and EKU football. 2 Richmond icons, 1 winning tradition.
Since opening in 1972, Citizens Guarantee Bank has been there to help our customers enhance their lives and achieve their dreams. With 7 locations across Central and Eastern Kentucky today, we are celebrating 50 years of being there for the communities we call home. Citizens Guarantee Bank is now CG Bank. New name, same commitment to being there for our neighbors. CG Bank, we've been there for that. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Since opening in 1972, Citizens Guarantee Bank has been there to help our customers.
There we go. We're back here on this. This rain's got us all kind of messed up here in the press box. John Clark back here with you, Michael Watkins, folks. You know, Coach, we knew this was a possibility, maybe even more than a possibility. It may a guarantee that there was going to be storms in the area at some point tonight. You know, you've experienced this as a coach, maybe even as a player. And you know, it's hard to regroup, refocus, and get back out there and play. With the score being what it is, and we've talked about it, I think the most likely scenario, as they call this game, how long do you think they go before they make a decision on, A, do we wait it out tonight, B, do we try to play it back in the morning, and C, do we just go ahead and call it with Central victors?
I stopped trying to figure out what administrators were going to decide a long time ago, but I think from a coaching standpoint, listen, I've been in a lot of football games over the years, and when you're a young team like Southern is, being down 32-7, I've never seen a team with as many young players as they are come back in a game like this.
Yeah.
So all you're doing is you're risking guys. Southern has a lot of guys playing both ways. Central has some cramps, sitting around. You risk injury after scenarios like this if you do this too long. If the game were 7-7, I think it's a different scenario. But being what it is, I'd get these guys home as quick as possible, but again, they don't pay me the big bucks to be an administrator.
Yeah,
so.
and I think it's important to note, too, I mean, you've got both teams back at home next week, and for your Central, I mean, you've already, and I understand money is an aspect as well, but you've already got the gate for tonight. I mean, those people paid their money to come in, so.
Look at the line of cars leaving. They're not coming back. The concessions are over.
I don't know. You obviously can't see the shot here because of the cameras. We had to take those down because of the rain, but. Again, if we were to start back tonight, 70, maybe 80% of the audience is already gone. I mean, they're trying to make their way out of Madison Central. Yeah. So there's a lot to kind of keep in mind. If they were to start back tonight, it's not going to be the same atmosphere. You're going to come out and play 2 minutes and 16 seconds before going right back into the locker room for halftime. So there's a lot to kind of keep in mind here. We were trying to get an interview with Mr. Cooksey, and I'm sure they're down there now just trying to figure out what do we do?
Yeah, so we ran into the scenario, I think it was my fifth year at Southern. We were playing Rockcastle at home, and we were up at halftime. It might have been right around halftime, might have been 28-7, something of that nature. Had a similar scenario. Finally, the athletic director, the principal, brought the head coaches, brought us to the field together to discuss it, and they wanted everybody to be in agreement. And we ended up calling the game. But really, it's almost, in my experience in being on the sideline in these scenarios, is they tend to let the visiting team or the team that's down make the call.
Decision,
like, hey, Southern, are you okay with this? I don't know if that's what they're doing, but that's generally what tends to happen.
Yeah, and with the scenario being what it is right now, it's 32-7 at the moment, 2:16 remaining in the first half. So what we are going to do, if you're watching on WBON TV on the TV channel, we're going to go back to regularly scheduled programming. Same for if you're listening to us on the radio. If you're watching the live stream, the current stream will end. Should they come back tonight, then we will put a post up with the start time that the game will resume, and then we'll pop back up live when that does take into effect. But be sure you're watching our Facebook page. We'll let you know if, A, the game does get started back, B, if they go ahead and call it, and C, what other chaos might ensue from here at Madison Central tonight. So we'll end things for now. Thank you for tuning us in. If we do come back tonight, we'll see you then. If not, we'll see you tomorrow for the EKU Tailgate Show. But lots to figure out in the next little bit for the administration here at Madison Central. But the Indians now leading 32-7, 2:16 to play in the first half. So just got a text from Mr. Cooksey. Perfect timing. He says, we are going to wait till 9 p.m. if we get thunderstorms or lightning after 9 p.m. Madison Southern has agreed that we will be the winner. So perfect timing there. So we'll give us another 30 minutes here in the box. Should there be more storms or lightning after 9 p.m., then they will call the game with Central being the victor. And when that happens, we will let you know. So thanks for watching. We'll see you here in a little bit or tomorrow, either one, from all of us here on WBON TV.